Everybody, we are live with the raid team. How are we doing? Well,
we're doing good.
Doing great.
Nice. We only have 4 today because Igor or Devin and Brandon couldn't make it today. So, you know, it's just going to be us 4.
That's how we do.
5? Yeah, there's 5 of us here. God.
We have the raid team charter, so we don't need the whole raid team. We just look at the, charter for what we need to do and get done.
You guys have a charter?
Yeah.
Oh,
Alright,
shit.
Do I need to go through it again, Sean? Have you
No,
forgotten?
I remember.
Start from
it
the
now.
top.
We don't need
Shop.
to start. Okay.
Demons. Airships.
Mhm.
Money. Raid team.
And then we have a problem from a demon, so we go shopping and
Yeah.
spend the money.
Oh, yeah. Whichever
And then
two, you
it's
use the
just-
other one.
Oh,
to
okay.
solve the problem.
It's a problem-solving flowchart as well as your objectives. Understood.
We spend money to get rid of demons. Come on, it's easy. Like, it's not hard.
Yeah, exactly. Let's just go around the table real quick and see how we're all doing. Starting with Nathaniel Sadiv being played by Eric, a official
Hello.
Microsoft employee. Am I doxing you right
Apparently,
now?
yeah. I have tricked them into thinking I know things. So I
Oh,
had that
shit.
first day today where my account didn't work for jack shit diddly fuck all.
Yeah.
So I totally didn't work there before this, and they just tried to transfer the account into a full-time employee account, and it's not going well. So,
Wow.
but that
Microsoft-
made my day pretty relaxing. So
That's good. Microsoft is not known for their IT support, by the way, guys.
correct, yeah. No, this is a little tiny dairy company that I'm working at. It's a dairy. You've probably seen it on the shelves of PCC or any frou-frou place. That's where you'll look at the back section of the milk. They're the glass containers.
Yeah. Ibor Vador being played by KJC across the pond. How are you doing today?
I am very good. And today we are showing off C-3PO
Oh my god.
Ooh.
with a red arm.
That's not-
'cause
He looks
lost
as
it in-
dead as I feel inside.
Does he have a silver leg?
He doesn't. He's all gold apart from the roboty red arm.
Dang.
Non-canonical.
Rest in peace.
I
Whatever
got a
that
bad
thing
feeling
is.
about this.
Chad, who's being played by Rumble Roar, who's being played by Chad. How are you doing today?
You know, chatting it up.
Uh-huh.
I've been playing the shit out of Outer Wilds. That game is fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did you
space stuff.
Did you shoot a gun?
There isn't really a gun, but I did launch a
Is it
scout.
like an exploring?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's space exploration, weird physics,
Oh.
aliens and shit. It's cool.
Well, I heard shooting guns is also a thing that video gamers like to do in their video games.
Sometimes I pew pew pew.
Nice. Lei Stung, who is being played, of course, by CK. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I have a fun weekend at my aunt's house.
Nice.
Helped babysit. It was very nice. Those kids are like lifeblood to me. So
Like a lifeblood to you? Like
yeah, they give me energy, and then as soon as
Aw.
we're done, I'm dead because I'm out of it. It's gone. No more.
Oh, I understand. They siphon you like little
Yeah.
vampires.
Yeah.
That's my
My
nephew's
brother's
and
2-year-old.
nieces. Yeah.
Every time you're done, you're just like, okay, that's enough birth control.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand. I don't need to have
Jesus
kids.
Christ. CK, I want to just call out, your art is amazing. Guys, if you haven't checked out our Discord and looked at the art channel, where CK posts stuff occasionally, you should go check it out. Follow up by, I need to finally pin his Instagram. And Vine? Is that still a thing you youngsters do?
Vine?
Is it Vine?
They're on the
Snapchats, the my Facebooks. There we go. His DeviantArt
I don't use my.
page.
I don't use my Facebook.
Oh.
I do have a DeviantArt page though.
Yeah,
Wow.
no, your Facebook uses you. You've correctly identified what Facebook does.
Right.
Correct.
In the
Yeah.
bottom, Igor's missing, so it comes back to me, guys. I've been playing Diablo 2, the remastered edition. Oh my god.
How's
I'm
that?
dying all the time because I don't have enough fire resistance, because I forgot that's a thing. And I'm wondering how I managed to beat the game when I was like 6 years old. Because I did do that. And now I'm
Brute
like,
force.
fucking
The
how?
answer
Over
was
time.
the answer was brute force. Eventually, you get enough gear that's good enough that you
I
can
don't think-
kill all the things.
I don't think I knew what gear was when I was a kid.
It had levels. There were numbers. You would pick the bigger one.
I had the barbarian and he had 2 big swords. And somehow we got through to Bale.
You just whirlwind through the whole thing, like you're done. Yeah.
Spin
I
a win.
understand.
Oh well. Guys, enough about us. Let's get back to the game. Who, out of the 4 of you, wants to do the recap? Eeny, meeny,
I'll
miny.
start.
Do it.
All
I'll
right.
start the recap.
Oh.
So there was like 45 minutes of auditing and shopping.
Mm-hmm.
Bump the next person.
After shopping, we went to go talk to some people about doing the thing. And they were like, oh, surprise, surprise. Here they are to take you to the thing. And then it was as simple as just asking, and then we got there. We had prepared climbing equipment, a bunch of shit, expecting to do it on a perilous journey. Turns out there's just definitely a first class, high quality wine champagne experience on the way there.
Yep.
Yeah, once there, it was good that they brought a translator with them, because Nathaniel talked to the first seal about what needs to happen to get the greater chemical off of their hands. And then we went down and had, we arrived at the greater chemicals place. If you want to take it away, KJC.
And then we had, so I think we ate with him, or drank with him, or maybe some both. And then we did the usual flattery, because we're really good at that. And then we got to some hijinks, and I believe we have to do something for him so that he'll leave. I think we have to go kill a deity, god, massive, really scary thing that we don't know what it is. As usual, it's a little quest that becomes some sort of like god tier mission.
Yeah,
map.
kill Mephilion or kill a small child or exercise a small child. I'm not sure.
We're
Put 'em on a
definitely
treadmill.
kidnapping a child to some degree. For
2
sure.
out of 3 options involve a kid. The
Why
other one
don't
is-
we have that conversation in character and not out of game? Gentlemen, you are somewhere in May. You kind of lost track of time when you were in your contamination cells, I suppose, in the airship. But now, you're here in this weird dark void below the mountain in a nice suburban house having a wonderful spinach and liver dinner. It's delicious. There's white wine spritzers in your hands. A movie that is playing some like snowboard thing, like coming of age story, but also like competition is cool kind of thing, just in a foreign language is playing. And the greater chemical looks at you. What were we talking about again? He asks.
Do you want some sort of perfect specimen and have like perfect everything? I think that was what we were talking about last time.
I am perfect. Well, almost. Next to. I'm the greater chemical.
Is there someone who is the greatest chemical, or are you working your way to that?
It's a process, just like anything. You build your
yeah, like
vessel.
in martial arts, you get your, you rank up on your belt colors.
Yeah.
I understand.
Or when you do a deadlift. When you do a bench press. When you do a leg press. You just get... It's all incremental gains. Eventually, I will become the greatest chemical.
So no one is greater than you?
I haven't found them.
So you are the greatest chemical, though.
That is
He's
what
also humble.
you... And kind, he says. Smiling. Gesturing with his white wine spritzer to you. Anyway. Is there anything else? What's going on?
we have two options to fulfill your requests. Mephilion either dies, or the small child has the light exercise out of them, or that small child murdered. I don't really like that second part.
Yeah, not a
But,
fan.
I think
Igor
what
says
we
he
tried
likes
to
that
do-
part, and that you guys should do that with him. That
no, we're
seems
definitely
way
doing that
easier.
What if we brought that small child here, and would you be able to exercise the light of Arvalon, or would you be able to
No.
use that to?
I don't want to
kill
deal with these
Mephilio?
people. I want to make potions and flex, okay? Why does everybody
Got it.
want to involve me in, like, stupid battles and combat? That's how you get hurt.
Well, there's lots of priesty people in the city of Blinding Light, I believe. So maybe they can do like an exorcism or like voodoo magic or some other
I mean, if we can find
to exercise.
if we can find like people who just do that, if they're not already evacuated, that'd be a good idea.
Chad chimes in, or we just go kick the big guy's ass. Mephilion. Like, what? Why are we talking about so many steps in this kidnapping or murdering of a child? We can just go kick this dude's ass.
We're a
Do
little
it!
bit
Yes, if you can.
outmatched, aren't we?
Ah,
There's
are
currently
we?
4.5 of us.
There's 6 of us, right, John?
Yeah.
For now,
Just air quote 6 of us right now.
we're all here.
You look for Syl. He seems to be missing. Maybe he
Uh-oh.
got into the
Somehow
wine
he's gone.
cabinet.
Drunk motherfucker.
And Igor's like half a person at the best of times, and he seems a bit out of it today.
Igor's mad at that, but John can let him deal with that insult, because I won't start combat as Igor against you, Igor.
Yeah, so we will most likely go back upstairs and ask for a transport to the City of Blinding Lights, or a transport back to our home city, and then take care of this for you.
Go for it!
Can I ask Great Economical, how good are you at sizing people up?
I'm the best.
Are you familiar with Mephilion's like power?
His name is
You think you-
Mephelio. I am
Mephelio?
quite familiar with his vessel. He himself turned out to be a little bitch.
Oh, okay. So looking at us, you think we got a chance against this guy? It's just like spitballing.
He does a fighter ability. He's interacted with you guys for more than 1 minute, right?
Yeah, we've been sitting down having dinner with him, watching
Yeah.
a movie.
We've been here for ages, John.
At least an hour.
Longer than some people are comfortable with, considering they try to sneak around.
I definitely did not have weird shitter conversation at all last time.
Alright. He sees that... Does anyone have a 20 in any relegated skill?
Yep.
I assume that's Dex for you?
Yep.
Okay. I don't think you do, Leishtung. I don't think you've had an ASI yet. Like...
ASI, what is that?
Ability score increase.
There you go.
No. I level 3.
Nice.
Just 2 level 3 characters side by
Hell
side.
yeah. That's the ultimate Chad fucking class right there. He sees that one of you is a level 3 fighter. He sees that most of you are level 6. He sees your current hit points. Well, equal, superior, or inferior. Looks at all your main 3 attributes, except int, wiz, and charisma. He points to Chad and says, maybe you can dodge him. Maybe you can get some good licks in. But last I remember, his powerhouse transformation form was both durable and powerful. Much supernaturally powerful.
Great.
The strength of a gigagator. Or a lobster. Just a regular lobster. I think that was that kind of strength.
But I've eaten lobster before. I feel like I could take him on.
You fought a lobster and survived? My god.
I mean, we don't take him on in a straight fight. We take him on in an unfair fight to our advantage.
Yeah. Understood.
How do we make a like entity of like abstract existence?
Hang on. Can you
and
just
an
like
unfair fight?
wait? Take a moment. Form your sentence. I think let's get it all out in one go.
All right. What am I trying to say? He's weird. How do we make it so he's at disadvantage in any way?
Oh. Well, you can't do that.
Or
Like beings still have to
With
sleep,
the-
right?
Are any
Yeah,
of
like,
you
I put him, like,
able
on a- like an-
to banish? Do you have that spell? That
Looking at
arcane? He whips his little hand, his wrist. Anybody able to banish?
Chad turns to Syl and instinctively goes, "Hey, Syl, you..." And he's like, "Ah, fuck, that's right."
Is there like a skid mark on the floor where a dimension door would be?
Maybe. I guess not.
Yeah.
How close are you all to being able to do some cool shit? I don't know what your spellcasters are. He looks to Ebor, who's currently present. He looks to the paladin. I don't know what sort of tools you have at your disposal.
Chad holds up a gun. Come on, man.
Holy shit. Just like, immediately backs away. Put that thing down, man. It's gotten into you. Ugh.
You asked for tools. That's one.
Well, I don't think a gun will do it. He's above level, well... Guns are unreliable here. Back in the good old days, they used to just kill everything, but... Ugh. Those were the good old days. Anyway.
I mean, case the place, see where he sleeps,
Yeah.
jump him when he sleeps. Like, something along
Sure.
those lines.
I don't know if he does. He is a... demon, nah! He says with this weird tone, this guttural pronunciation. Anyway, Mephelio, though, turns into a big lobster. Kind of. I guess that's his, like, shtick. He's like a lobster guy. So just, you know, boil him, I guess.
Yeah. I got I can go buy butter right now.
Do
I
it.
mean, if he turns into a giant lobster, then we can have airships rain down cannons on him, and then it's over.
I don't know. Fuck.
Does Mephelio typically do a lot of things for themselves?
What?
Like breathing? What?
You were just talking about them being a lobster, just seeing how shellfish they are.
He's like a lobster, not a real lobster.
No, that was the pun. I'm done. Carry on.
What's a shellfish? Is that an actual fish? It sounds incredibly unhealthy. Non-nutritious.
Chad says that one must have gone over your head. That's okay though. We'll get him next round.
Who is Soul Crusher? They need to be banned.
Nice.
No. Soul Crusher stays.
All right,
Anyway.
thanks for the information. That it comes in very handy.
Would you like some liver to go?
I've had my fill. Anyone else?
Yeah, I'll take some to go actually. It's pretty good.
He makes
Again,
a...
I didn't have my protein for today,
Yeah.
so.
You look at him as he goes to, like, his refrigerator. He just opens the door and there's just, like, so many meals have been prepped. Like, done. You're just... The entire thing... He just grabs a box and just gives it to you.
Man.
It's the
Doesn't
exact
Do you have any
same
Single
thing.
calorie.
Do you have any potions for sale right now?
You'd have to ask the Alventory. They take everything I make.
Got it. Thank you.
There's no purpose in me keeping things here. You sure you don't want to
Thank you
stay
for your
for the
time.
movie? It's a classic.
I think we want to go get this done. Because once you're over there, we can watch all the movies you want. There's probably more that you haven't even seen.
Probably. I haven't been out of here in a while.
So yeah.
We'll have to take you to a fight sometime then. You'd love it.
Maybe when I was a younger creature. Alright, well, have a wonderful evening, night, morning, day, whatever. I don't know.
I'm not sure what time it is either.
Yeah. Alright, bye. And he walks you guys out of his tiny, like, terrible suburban home. It just reeks of age.
The
Alright.
windows have never been opened.
No. Smells like sweat and lavender. As if he works out everywhere in his house.
But guys, I have an idea. If he just becomes a lobster, we dig a hole, put a bunch of oil in it, and have it boil. So that way, not only will we beat him, we'll have lunch afterwards.
As you
How do
all
you get him into the hole?
go outside, your emissary, Igor's cousin, is waiting for you. You all seem fed. He's been standing out here for like an hour and a half by now. And doesn't say anything. He just begins walking back into the void that is this cavern, this lightless zone beneath his mountain home. I assume you all take after him.
I follow him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eventually, while having conversations, strategizing about digging a pit, filling it with oil in the middle of the city, you all get to that elevator. This big, massive circular platform that, as you step on, will activate and begin to raise. Still catching up with you at the last possible second.
The fuck?
Saying he needed to pee and why'd you guys abandon him in the liquor cabinet.
Welcome back.
I thought you had found your new home. Sorry.
It's great down there.
I just thought of something. Has Leistong ever met Zoria before?
So Rio? The centaur
Yeah.
lady who used to heal
Yeah, the
your
centaur
party?
lady.
No?
No?
I don't
I
think
was thinking,
so.
like, where's that deer girl with the mold earth? And it's like, I've never met that person.
No.
I don't think you know what mold earth is.
I don't know. I don't know what that is at all, no.
It's a rarity in John's world.
Now it is. Everyone using it all the fucking time. You all ascend back into that grand chamber. And then the emissary speaks. Well, did you have fun talking with thingy boy?
I mean, it was a great time. I don't know why you guys don't like him.
He just sighs. His metal mask not revealing a single expression, but you all hear a sigh.
It seems like you have a little culture shock or maybe culture clash, so we will endeavor to take them off your hands.
That's good to hear. I'll pass it around. So-
Do you have any of his potions for sale to us at this time, or are you keeping them all for your efforts?
For sale. You wish to make a barter?
Yes.
What do you got?
I have gold and I have mithril.
We have all the gold and mithril we could ever possibly want.
What about, can I interest you in some silk rope? And silk is a very comfortable fabric.
He
You
kicks
might find
Lei
it
Stung in
it's-
the knee.
Ow.
Just BAM!
Ah.
You're selling me fucking rope? Are you kidding me?
It's silk. The part is that it's silk. You could use it for things.
I can go kill a man and take his silk. Why do I want your stupid rope?
I mean, then we
Have you
should fight
touched it
for.
before?
Do you fight to trade things in here?
No.
Learning what you guys
We're
are all
not
about.
barbarians. We only make the new guys fight each other to the death. That's always the fun one.
Oh, wait, do you guys like? You guys have like a place for that, like a pit, a fight pit?
Yeah, you're in it. It's called the Mountain, you fucking idiot.
Ah, there's no like spectacle to it at all. Oh.
No.
It's called everyday life, I think, Leishung. So,
Yep.
and
You
anyway,
take the path and you keep going until you fall down it.
Do we want to go back to the city of Blinding Lights, or do we want to go back to Tulst? If there is a option to travel, I turn to our emissary.
Oh. You want a choice?
I mean, if you are willing to take us back to Tulst, that would also be great.
He thinks for a moment. It does not say anything. As Sean checks his notes real quick. What did he have planned for you guys? Shit.
Oh, fine.
Roll 20.
I turn to the party, but what do you guys think? Blinding Lights, Tulst.
Anywhere but here if there's no real fight club. Come on, man.
Tire Mountain's a fight club. Greater Chemical.
It's kind of a way of life around
Alventory.
here.
I haven't seen any fights yet, but okay.
I mean,
where-
Leishung just lost one right here. Did you see?
It wasn't a fight. It was a bad sales pitch. All right.
Sounds like you lost.
All right. I don't want to hear it from you.
He wasn't even in his outfit. Come on, he wasn't ready.
Alrighty, so from what I was told, you guys were just gonna get sent back to Tulst as soon as we concluded our business deal here. We're not doing any drop-overs or layaways. I mean, I guess you could walk. It's only like, what, 200 miles away? You could get to the Forge of Alvin in a couple of days.
I think that means we're going to Tulsa, boys.
Most it is. We don't walk.
Yeah.
No matter how bad travel may be for us, we never walk. Remember the car? Remember that time on the airship? Remember that other time on the airship?
And yet,
No.
No regrets.
Wouldn't it be easier to drop us off at one of the nearer cities?
Did you
Well,
not
no,
hear
no.
me?
What if you're going?
Ah.
I mean, I don't know where we are in the world. We were put into small little boxes and we were brought here. But if it is easier for you to drop us off at a nearer city, that is fine. If you would be willing to take us back to Tilst, that is also okay.
You know, for a man who speaks a lot, you have a very little amount to say. And he just stares at you, Nathaniel.
That's true. I have 2 ears, so I should listen twice as much as my mouth speaks.
He just keeps staring.
Chad says, I thought you were doing great, bud.
And then he starts walking the original way you guys entered from.
I follow him.
Yeah, let's go. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Yep.
You all walk. And as you are walking to the front door... Oh, I guess we're playing this music now. That's fine. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Roll20.
Freddy Fazbear's coming.
You all entered this great big hall through an elevator shaft. You're in at least 3 layers. No, I wouldn't say 3 stories, since it's not as... Well, this place is built for smaller people. As you all are leaving, many people are beginning to gather. Not just the 4 red eyes, metal-armored creatures, but also the regular Alventory. These squat, bearded, Almost all black-haired, black-eyed creatures who live in these tunnels in this mountainous bunker that you find yourself in. And you know, this hall was like 300 feet long. You were in the dead center of it, so as you guys are walking and people are just sort of filling in, the guard, or the little emissary who is beckoning you to leave, will briefly stop and then mutter, "Ah, shit. How fast are you guys?" He starts running down the hall.
I've been here before, guys. I'm booking it.
Chad's ready for a foot race.
You begin running, Leishtung and Chad, after the squawk guy. Eborn, Nathaniel. Igor pauses.
I
looks.
grab Ebor. And we go.
Nice. You all begin running. And you will make it to the end of the hall as you hear echoing through the entire mountain a metal mechanism beginning to unlock. And although you're way down the hall before you hear the safe door open before you, well, behind you, I should say, you all will halt for just a second, as in your mind's eye, your imagination taking over, you all feel the presence of something that has been unleashed.
Turn to
And then
our
you
little guide.
Grandpa Bomb?
keep going, he shouts.
Okay.
Not stopping.
Oh, what is that thing?
Don't worry. He just keeps going. Running
All right.
down this tunnel. It begins to narrow, and soon you will
Are
all
we being
be
followed
outside.
by everybody? Like, all the people are, like, funneling behind us, or no?
No, you're not being followed. You pass some people who are, like, you know, in the hallways and these little doors, these archways that lead into domiciles, into cells, as it were, who will then take your spot and go the other direction as you guys flee. But you run. And you will make it to the Great Gate. Well, it's not that great, but in terms of size. But in terms of, like, width, it's okay. This small portal to the outside world will be pushed open by the four-eyed creature in front of you, and you will make it outside to the airship that is still docked. A couple of guys, not realizing what's happening inside, are just working the metal, trying to fix this black airship. Or at least the superficial damage that it received when landing.
Are there any other airships docked here as I look around?
Nope.
Should we be running on that ship too, or are we good outside? I turned to him.
We can wait here.
Hey, John, is this black the same color black as the weird metal we found fucking forever ago?
Yeah.
Interesting.
In fact, the creature in front of you seems to just be covered in the stuff. This magical, anti-magic metal. The same kind that you have in storage somewhere.
We only have a little bit of that, though, right?
Yeah. The chest full, if I'm not mistaken.
Is his weapons the same, like, as his suit of armor?
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
It seems a bit sharper. You know, you don't want your armor to be too sharp. His edges are refined, but the axe that he holds in his hand seems rather dangerous. It also has this, like, weird glittering thing. It sort of, like, catches light differently from the rest of his armor. Maybe it's, like, a weird alloy, like a mixture of the metals.
Like a dark opal.
Opal. Yeah, kind of.
Nice.
Time will pass. You guys can be cold out here. It's getting late. Rather late.
Like, should we board the ship now?
No.
Is there any place we can stay so we don't freeze out here?
Are you cold?
Ever so slightly.
He looks at the backpack of gear that you have. You didn't bring a sleeping bag? A cloak?
Oh.
A
No, actually, we
two-person tent?
Wait, Ivor, you want to just set up here?
I mean, the question here is how long until we depart? I asked the emissary.
Until the crew comes back and lowers the gangplank. But trust me, this is better than being in there.
Why? What happens
What's
in
happening
there?
in there? Yeah.
Ah. You wouldn't understand.
I mean, one of us would understand.
Hey, Igor, what's going on in there?
I don't know what Igor would say. What would Devin think in this situation? What do you guys think?
He asks for a
would
roll. Like, do I
definitely-
know what that is?
He would definitely say Grandpapa at least 4 times.
Yeah. Maybe it has something to do with Grandpapa, Igor says with a lucidity unmatched.
So right now we couldn't just walk on the ship, right?
No. It's not like fully... Airships don't normally just like fully come to port. They like stop a little ways away, secure themselves, and throw a gangplank down so you can walk off leisurely rather than slam your boat into a pier.
Yeah, that's more of my own like player knowledge to be like, hey, is it time to steal the ship? I don't think
Yeah.
it's time to steal the ship.
Is there anything you guys want to do until the crew comes back?
Are we actually outside?
Yeah.
Are we like on a mountainside?
You're on a mountainside.
As I look around, do I, and with the way the sun is at where it's at, do I understand like where the directionality is, and then try to place us like on the map?
Give me a perception check. It is late. It is not... The sun is not out.
Or it's very early.
Or it's very early, you know. You look up at the beautiful stars far, far above you. There's light clouds in this area. You look at the peaks, and you're trying to, like, geolocate yourself. Is that it?
Yeah, like through my own like personal history of being on airships, and then understanding the geography. That's where I'm thinking.
Well, you're in a valley somewhere, clearly. You look at the mountains surrounding you. You know, airships don't normally go over mountains because they can't reach that sort of altitude to truly get across. Or above, I should say.
Yeah, that's why I thought it was weird. It was like in a valley, so it's like in a valley. That's interesting. The airships that they have act differently or can traverse, no problem. But yeah, it's just like when you're in Seattle, you're like, oh, there's like the mountain, like there's a mountain right here, like
Yeah.
when it's like sunny out, right?
An additional
So I would be
thing
looking for those.
Nathaniel
like,
will
landmarks.
see across, maybe like 3 or 4 miles away, illuminated only by starlight, is something big down below, close to the very bottom, where a pool of weird black water is reflecting everything above it so brilliantly. A creature with bluish tinge to it. You can't tell if it's fur or if it's scales, if it's something else entirely. There's a weird blue, it has to be big, entity down below, interacting with this lake.
Point that out to the crew. Well, that's interesting.
It's not a
This valley
scorpion,
is
is it?
probably, yeah, this valley is probably not very safe. Turn to the emissary.
Did it look like a scorpion thing?
I couldn't tell. It's some beast in a pool of dark water, just darkness, really. But the pool was reflecting all the light off of it and caught my eye.
Probably a spirit beast. We saw a ton of them last time we were near here. Or, some other big, scary thing that we haven't met yet. Who knows now?
Maybe it's that thing in the tunnels. Maybe they just live here.
I mean, I heard the vault opening before the thing in the tunnels happened.
Could be fast.
You all shoot the shit it sounds. And as you guys will eventually board this airship an hour or so later, the crew signaling the 2 repairmen to let down the gangplank so that they can fucking board. They speak in a crude, barbarous tongue. Many exchanges are given, such as the flipping of fingers, the shouts of "go fuck yourself," and everyone boards merrily. And everyone seems a little bit bloodied as you pass them. Their fists are kind of cracked or red. Some of them wear bruises where they did not before. And you guys can board, go to your containment cells, and get to home, I suppose.
As I walk past them, like, not too fond of pets, I see.
What? Just one guy asked you. God, it's so weird. He just, like, says to his friends or his crewmates, like, these fucking outsiders.
As we're walking on, can I look at what they were repairing?
Yeah, you saw them repairing the sides of a ship that struck rock, probably.
Due to my past, I would urge them that they didn't do a good enough job repairing, and if they would like help, I would be more than happy to assist.
You are getting ushered into the equivalent of a jail cell right now.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, cool. They ignore you entirely then.
I thought that was going to happen, yeah.
While you guys sit in your little confinement chambers, I want to go around the table. I want to do a character catch-up. That's what I want to fucking do. Because we got a lot of information, and maybe we don't know where exactly each of us stands with all this information. And we are going to roll randomly. 1 is Eric, 4 is CK. Where's my D4s? Oh my god. Alright, we're using a D8.
Get
7,
the drops out.
Yeah. 7, Eric. Mr. Nathaniel Sadiv. You, sitting in your dark, lightless chamber, have a lot of time to meditate. What are Nathaniel's thoughts about his team, about the new mission he's on, the weird sewerage? I mean, you guys kind of blew past that. But interacting with this weird murder cult must have been a unique experience, to say the least.
Yeah, there's no bartering with them. It was very interesting to Nathaniel because he always is able to like talk his way through things or have something to offer, or his plans go to his conclusion rather than his opponent's conclusion. So it's been very off-putting. But then on the other side, so you have one side of it where meeting all these people is like culture shock, but then you have also culture shock on the other side where the Greater Chemical is just the nicest person and just kind of chill, and so he's having 2 culture shock here, and then understanding where our team is going or what's going next there is what he's currently meditating on plans of, because we have so many resources and we should be able to use them greatly to our advantage to locate this person and then to get them to transform into a giant lobster and then hail them with airships.
Yeah. What do you think about the eagerness that your team, like, went through? You even partook in this great scale where it was a question was asked, an opportunity, a option aside from just, let's go hunt down the big murderous lobster and go potentially kill a child?
Oh, he does not like that. He's not in on that. He would stop that from happening. If we ever got a hold of the child and went down that route, he would put himself probably in front of whoever would be killing the child.
I see. A man of principles.
Yeah.
Ebor.
Children are innocent.
Ebor Lador, we're just gonna go counterclockwise through this. Mr. Wizard, you have been kidnapped like twice now by these people. Your wand, an artificial construct, or an arcane construct, expressed great fear. Existential fear while here, which you may not remember. You interacted with a creature who apparently knows how to produce the strongest of potions that not even a knight could handle. And you just interacted with a bunch of weird Igors. So, what do you think about your current situation, Ebor?
Why is it a bit boring? I expected more to happen with the start. I expected it to be at least one fight, probably one person dying, and this grandpapa probably just like doing something crazy, but we didn't get to meet him, so it's a bit boring.
Yeah.
Hope for the best, but yeah. Then the greater chemical wasn't what I expected. I don't know, I just thought someone a bit more evil, or maybe he is evil but he hides it well. You can never really tell. I don't want to kill a kid. I think we shouldn't do that sort of thing, we're better than that. But I think the team has calmed down on the idea after thinking about it for the 10 minutes that we've been thinking on this subject.
After some nice white wine spritzers.
Yeah, nice wine, and they calmed down a bit.
Yeah.
I'm a bit worried about fighting my fellow, especially with the fact that it turns into a giant lobster. If it does something like that, that sounds like quite a powerful creature to be able to just change shape. Even I can't do that yet, so that's pretty good magic that it can do.
Yeah. What do you think the greater chemical was?
At first I thought it was just like a human that made lots of weird concoctions, but now I'm getting the feeling that it's not. It's like another creature that's disguising itself as a human, because that seems to happen a lot, where powerful beings take on a human form to look less threatening. So I feel like it's more to it than what meets the eye. We seem to find a lot of fake creatures and stuff, and they like to be trickery, so maybe he's shifting stuff and making it happen differently, because he has a lot of power in the stuff that he creates, and I feel like I don't think he'd be there apart from this other creature scaring him, so I think he's just using these people to protect him.
Yeah.
Which is pretty bad, because, you know, if he's using these people, that's pretty good manipulation on his part. So I feel like there's a lot more to him than he lets on. I don't think he's as helpless as he makes out, really.
I see. With distrust and contemplation in your heart, you will chill and hang out. Chad, our boy, who has multiple pairs of shoes, multiple pairs of clothing at any one point in time. What's going on, man? What were your expectations? What were things that you observed?
Definitely not child murdering. I don't like the greater chemical, both myself as the player and Chad as the player character. I really don't like the greater chemical. I don't trust people who invite me over for dinner. I don't trust that Ozark time when he took us out for a nice dinner. I didn't like it. There's something else going on. There's a whole lot else going on. And honestly, Chad wants to go fuck up this scorpion adjacent, fairy adjacent monster to test himself and see if the fairy is something that he'll be able to take back, because he wants his spine.
Yeah.
He wants his spine back.
You picked up on a thing he said, Chad. You keep hearing about this fucking deer. How interested would you say you are in that?
Pretty interested, considering my boots are of the deer, the general's boots, that have all the crazy powers of that.
Mm-hmm.
/ that's kind of the monster that I need to track down if I want my spine back without murdering the fairy, so...
True. Well, maybe that's
But by
a
all
thing
accounts-
to look into now that you have kind of a new lead. A reminder.
Kind of. The deer seems like the good equivalent of the fairy, so I don't feel like killing the deer is in Chad's MO. However, communing with the deer is something Chad would be interested in.
I see. Leistung. You just had a wonderful dinner. You just had wonderful wine spritzers. You just met the most... whatever that guy was. Out of all the martial people in the room, you were able to pick up on it damn near immediately. That thing, whatever it was the pinnacle of what it could be. What were your thoughts upon the greater chemical? What about all these weird murderers who you just sort of walked in on and then walked out of? What's going on in Leistung's brain?
I think he's thinking, man, when I decided to join the army, I was not expecting to need this. I thought I was gonna go probably just kill, like, a spirit beast, if anything. And this turned out to being a mountain of Igors, which, honestly, more peaceful than I expected it to be. If they were all like Igor in any capacity, I was ready to throw down at any given moment. But it turned out a bit better than that. They're kind of like dickheads, which is honestly a weird turn, because Igor's like not like a dickhead, even though he's cruel at times. He's a dickhead in fun ways, not in like, oh, I'm just a dickhead. And meeting anyone that's somewhat relatively pleasant is always nice. He gives me the Greater Chemical gives me Rodrigo vibes, and I picked up with that, like, he's very careful about his physique and his looks and appearance. So that was a warm welcome. And he said some very interesting things, considering my most recent encounters with deities beyond my knowledge that I had no idea existed until one slapped me in the face, willingly, of course, and another took my identity. Makes you think. So, if these things have counterparts, does the sewer jiggler have a counterpart that can help me with the curse I got going on with that? Does Iamon have a counterpart? What? How are these? Are these all? Do they all know each other? Are they connected in some weird way? They don't seem to. In some cases, like with elementals. So it just got me thinking in circles about, like, what the fuck is actually going on the planet? I don't understand anything, like, at all. And I'm just kind of sitting around, like, twiddling my thumbs, like, what is this world made of? Is the planet, like, fucking with us? What does Tyrant know? Now that I think about it, Tyrant drove away hordes of those things, and we're probably not even close to, like, beating one of them, and we're talking to things that are probably above them. What the fuck is going on?
We definitely beat one a few weeks ago.
Having Galaxy Brain goes back to toast with everybody else. When you all are escorted out, it is the dead of night, just as it was when you got on and off it every single fucking time. You only had spent maybe a few hours in the Alventory stronghold, but even then, you lost track of time. Except for the guy who had a wristwatch. Syl, of course. He knows exactly what time and day it is, but he won't tell you because
Doesn't
he's
tell
an
us.
ass. When you arrive back, getting dropped off your pier, or off the pier, in Tolst, John switches to the map seamlessly, having prepared it. You are back at the Tyrant's Stronghold, and a person is waiting for you. It is your good old friend, the blue-skinned, 6'6", blonde hair for days, winged person, combat shotgun in hand, at the ready, but no Alventory disembarks to challenge or fight her again. You wave, or maybe you don't say your goodbyes, as the Alventory immediately, silently, take off through the air, never to be seen again.
Hey, Celeste.
Hey!
Hey, Celeste.
She watches the ship go until it's out of sight. So how was your sabbatical?
It was surprisingly pleasant.
No. None of you are marked with some demon skull tattoo, right?
Not this time. No,
Alright.
none of us.
Hmm. Not that we know of, at least.
Her face grimaces.
Did we ever figure out what was in that dinner? Fuck, did they mark us through dinner? Damn it, do we have to check these things now? Come on, guys.
We did not expect the food given to us by a magical creature, so we might be fucked in some way. But is that really new? Look at Syl.
How much of that
Just-
snowboarding movie did you guys watch? I couldn't what if that was something? Guys, fuck.
You seem pretty adamant about us watching it, yeah?
Everything's a fucking demon, dude.
Alright, let's go have a chat. I want to know more about this greater chemical, and so does your boss.
Mm-hmm.
And Celeste, this strange angelic person, will begin walking to the Tyrant's Court. Wei Sheng, you were given a box of liver and spinach.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna...
Did you eat that on the way here? Or did you
No,
save that?
I'm saving it for here.
Alright. Oh, it's so dumb. You all can go into the Tyrant's Court and debrief.
Is there a microwave in here? Do the
sure.
crabs know?
I'm sorry,
Managed to
Igor?
get a short rest.
I assume so, yeah. It would be, like, a stretch to call it truly restful, but mechanically you can have a short rest if you need one.
Okay. So I spend some hit die.
Yeah.
Ooh, which one is this?
Joy, by the way, Ebor, is so fucking happy to be off the weird magical airship you guys were on. And to look at the stars again. Oh my god, Tolst is so brilliant. Look at all the lights. Everyone's still moving even after dark. It's great. But you all head on into the Tyrant's Court itself, where your boy is waiting for you. Where do you want to have this meeting? It doesn't have to be the snack room.
What options do we have, John?
Fucking name me someplace, Chad. Where would Chad go right now in the Tyrant's Court?
Is there a bar? Is there a half pipe?
A what?
A half pipe.
A half pipe. No, unfortunately not. But there is like a gymnasium that sometimes has like obstacle courses.
There.
Alright. Chad immediately heads to the gym. where the tyrant will apparently be waiting for you.
Perfect.
Yes.
What's the tyrant doing as we walk in?
He is doing pull-ups nonstop. His guard
Is he in
watches
armor?
him. No, he's not. But he's got like one of those weight belts strapped to his waist, you know? It's like,
But it looks like he's a feather because he's just.
yeah, just nonstop. There's at least like 400 pounds attached to his waist, and he's just fucking going at it, showing magical strength. Celeste immediately yells at him. You're like, oh my god, what the fuck? Celeste's like, you're cheating! Why are you cheating again? You're not gonna grow muscle if you keep using magic. And he's just like, fuck off.
Looks
It's
cool.
about form, not weight. God.
Celeste just shakes her head. Oh my god. He wants to get 20 strength and he's just using magic. Like, what the fuck? What does he think's gonna happen? It's not gonna work. You have to use your muscles.
Listen, I know I can set up a program for you if you, depending on how you want to build yourself, Tyrant. Just
No,
hit me
I'm
up.
good.
All right.
Could you help me out with that? I need a bit more muscle on me.
Oh, for real? Yeah, I can definitely. I work out pretty often, you know.
Joy
I use this area
disagrees.
quite frequently.
Ebor, she immediately just in the back of your mind is just like, you need to grow your brain. Get more knowledge. Forms will fade with time, but intelligence lasts forever.
I'm flexing like, bro, the sick games, bro.
Fucking Lei Stung towering over you.
How young is Ebor?
He's got a mustache.
30.
Yeah, you're still in the game, bro. You're still in the game. I'm 32, and I'm not even on my peak yet.
Chad creaks and cracks as a 30-year-old monk. Like, you guys are so old. God.
I sit down on one of the benches nearby, and I have been writing all of the things I've seen with the ships and what I would understand them to be, and the weird nature of the valley that we were in, as part of my report to Tyrant.
Yeah. As the Tyrant finishes his superset, he drops to the floor, throws off the belt, lets it hit the ground like an absolute asshole at the gym. Just drops all of the weight, shows no respect for any sort of exercise, and looks to you, not having even broken a sweat. He's like, alright, that was fun. How's it going? How was your field trip? The Alvin Tory said you were the best guest they've had since you left. So, yeah, you didn't overstay your welcome. Good job. Wait,
Yeah,
politicians
we also
out of you
didn't die
yet.
there. We got to meet with the first seal, and we also got to meet with the Greater Chemical.
Is that like a chieftain? Like a king?
Apparently there's many seals. This was just their first layer, as it were. Not sure.
Okay. Maybe like
But
cult leader, lieutenant.
they allowed us to meet with the Greater Chemical, and he's interested in either... he's interested in two things. One, Mephilion either straight up dying, or the counterbalance
What?
of Mephilion.
What's a Mephilion?
You know, Mephelio Estevez.
Mephilio
that one.
Elio
Estevez?
Canton, though. Is that guys? I don't.
Is this a
What's this-
monster? Is this a person? What's going on?
This is a demon person monster that apparently
Oh.
can turn into a giant lobster.
Sounds like a greater abstraction to me.
I see. Well, that's unsettling. Where is it? Can we look at it? Is there information about it?
The name is
We have these
Mephelio.
binders here. I
Can we
hand
not
him one of the
subscribe?
binders that they give us.
He looks at the binder. Well, he takes it from you. Then he starts going through it, disseminating the information slowly. Ah, fuck.
Why
Alright,
is there
this
so much
is...
semen on this?
Yeah, what the fuck did you do to this Leishstein?
What the fuck?
It's just covered in cum. No. He passes it off to the ground where Ozark will pick it up later. Like, anyway. That's a morning thing. We'll figure out what's going on in the morning. What else happened? Did you meet with the Greater Chemical?
We had dinner with the Greater Chemical.
Okay. What was that about?
I don't know.
He offered it.
We didn't get possessed, to our knowledge. I think that's a win-win, boss.
I have a Tupperware of like the liver and spinach. I don't know.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know if this is magical in any way. Maybe curse us or something. Like, I'm gonna put it next to the dossier and let Ozark investigate that. Maybe he'll eat it, enjoy it.
Alright. Ybor, you look like you're in deep thought.
No, I was just trying to think if there's anything to tell you that's super important.
Alright.
We've been told what we need to do. We need to deal with Mephelio or kidnap a child and take away their light/goodness. Maybe kill them, maybe corrupt them.
The light of Arvelon, was it?
Light of Arvelon.
Hi, have you heard of any of this shit before?
No, man, this is all new to me.
Because you're the Greater Chemicals in hiding from Mephelio.
Okay.
Mephelio Caton.
And it's a fey creature, I think, or a demon, and it's...
Like a foul one? Like one of the rat creatures?
Yeah, it's a foul one for sure.
It has a counterbalance. If that makes any sense.
It doesn't. Alright. I'm sorry, guys.
So there's like a rule
I'm not the
with
wizard.
these like... Oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
So apparently there's like a rule. Remember that thing, that tattoo came back a while ago? Right?
Oh yeah, when you made a deal with some fucking demon or whatever the fuck? A witch?
Yeah, it's kind of like that. But they have this rule where if one exists, another being exists to counteract each other.
The hell?
Yeah.
Sound like some mysticism bullshit to me.
Yeah, very much so. I don't really understand how they work, but I know that's a rule that they have. So we're gonna try and find this guy, Dossier's counterpart, to either keep them busy, or to lock them in some sort of combat for forever, so the Greater Chemical can leave because he's very scared of him.
Chad would be closely looking at the Tyrant during this interaction with Lei Stung to see how the Tyrant reacts. Specifically to any of this counterbalance shit to the fact that a good and an evil have to exist at the same time.
Yeah, give me an insight check. As you dead-eye your boy. Your boy Tyrant. He seems genuinely curious, as if he's never heard this before at all. That's what you're getting off him, Chad. But he's like fully intent, like, oh yeah, I'm totally participating in this conversation and listening to every single thing you guys are saying.
Yeah, remember that when we go to save Alkazen, and we had that fairy thing happen there with Chad and such?
Yeah, the weird towering demon monster, purple guy with leaking whatever the hell, silver? Was he leaking silver in your report?
Oh no, that was the thing we fought to stop it from eating the scorpion thing.
Oh. Okay.
But
Scorpion thing? Oh, the fairy.
Yeah, the fairy. It's fairy adjacent.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Man, so you guys just keep running into like high level shit.
Yeah. I'm surprised we're even alive to speak about it, because apparently the sewer gigolo is adjacent to that as well.
Wow.
Not dead yet.
Not dead yet.
Hey, same here, man.
Mm-hmm.
We're still kicking. He kind of just mutters to himself. Alright, well, it's late. Maybe you guys should sleep on it. You've been gone for like 4 days, so...
4 days?
Yeah, it's the 24th. Or, well, technically it's the 23rd. It's going to be the 24th in like an hour. But, you know, it's late.
Is there any news about the briefcases?
Not yet. No.
When he says we've been gone for 4 days, I would think about how long it would take to get somewhere from Tolst at like on a 2-day like time frame.
You get
And
to
the ship
the...
is probably more powerful and faster.
You can reliably get to the Forge of Alvin in like 2 to 2.5 days, depending on how much fuel it is or how long the layaway at Toraturv was.
Yeah, I share with them. Also, they park them in a valley somewhere, which is strange because airships usually don't go over mountains.
Yeah.
And from what Igor told us, Grandpa lives in the mountain valley next to the city of Blinding Lights. So we're assuming that's where they're situated at. If that's any help.
It's good info. We don't know much about where they currently are. It'd be nice to know for certain where they're based out of. They are a cult of destabilizing murderers who destroy governments for fun.
You didn't have Ozark scrying on us the whole time while we were gone?
We tried. We tried to get in touch with you with Shade, but apparently whatever the fuck sort of ship you were on has some crazy interference going on.
Seemed to be that same crazy metal we've come across before.
Yeah.
There was a water source as well. I think it was a big-ish water source that creature was drinking out of.
Oh, I described the scene that I saw of a creature at the bottom of the mountain.
Huh. You said it was blue?
Yeah, it was reflecting blue. Scales, fur, not sure.
Must have some weird animals over there. Okay. Well, we'll take a look at it. Someone will read your mind when you're asleep or something. I don't know how Ozark's doing this now to get more information out of people. But if you have weird dreams, it's probably the wizard's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Hey, Tyrant, mind if I ask?
Yeah.
Remember when we told you about that spirit beast thing going on down the Red Sands? I'm sorry, I forget the name of the area. It was on the way
Next
to...
to Nevlators?
No, yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
Since you were able to drive them away, do you know anything about like what's going on with them?
What do you mean? Like their behaviors?
Like they're like some kind of part of their nature or something.
Well,
Maybe
yeah. So they're creatures that seek out and eat magic, kind of like a vampire would, but they're super aggressive, self-replicating. They're weird, man. When they detect a essence source of great quality, they go hard on that. So, like, when somebody dies, for instance, there's a big release of magic, which they can feed off of. They don't need to eat, technically, but they're magical creatures. So, they consume it. It's a form of energy to them. I don't know if it has... They don't really grow like a normal creature does. Like, if you have a spirit beast core, and he, like, makes this weird sphere with his hands, it'll just regenerate its entire form from when you defeated it. Just... Yeah. So it's, like, essential you break those if you find one.
Do you know if they're, like, part of this world, or they come from somewhere else, like the crows or the rats?
There's multiple theories. Ozark says there were times when they didn't exist, but he himself doesn't remember, like, being present during that time. So, supposedly he predates them, but then he kind of came into... His latest memory that he has, they were around. There's ruins far to the north in the Ulithian mountain range that some people assume that they originated there and worked their way south, or some sort of thing. There's evidence of migrational patterns. And now they just sort of infest the world, at least our continent, because Hyperia, and he just points westward. Hyperia doesn't have spirit beasts. These things can't swim, so, you know, maybe they're crawling around the ocean trying to get there, but...
Do they have crows or rat problems either?
Crows or rat problems?
Yeah, you know, do they have, you know, Jerome flying around over there that you know of?
Is Jerome, like, over at the Red Waste? Wait, I don't know.
Or no, at Hyperion.
Oh, like foul ones?
Yeah.
Not to
anything
my
like that?
knowledge. Meza says they don't, but... I mean,
Okay.
she's a fucking princess. What did... She wouldn't know what's going on in the common people's...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, purview.
Alright. I won't bother you too much with these questions.
No, you're good. I mean, you guys are working your way to hunter level effectiveness in terms of combat capability. You should be, like, asking these questions, if not sitting in on a class or two.
Mm-hmm. And they have... You guys have classes? What?
Yeah,
Wait,
for the kids, you know. Ozark still has his obligation to fulfill. And, you know.
Do these classes offer reading and writing lessons by any chance?
Are you illiterate? How did you manage to skip all of mandatory education? Leishtung?
Yeah, who can't read? Haha.
Haha, high five!
Alright, we're gonna work on that. I don't know how many weekends we need to do, or if Ozark can just put the common language in your brain.
Talk to me about the obstacles that are in the gym currently.
Lots of high walls. Like
Chad wants to demonstrate how much he doesn't need to read because he can do all sorts of cool kickflips and
so
shit.
this gym ceiling is huge. It's like 70 feet above you.
God damn!
There are tons of these like wooden walls that are just sheer, that go up to at least 60 feet, that people could, in theory, run or climb up. They end in platforms. They can, you can hit a huge lever on the bottom to get them rolling, and then you can hit it again to secure them to the floor. And apparently, they just have like 400 of these things. Many of them are just like backed into a corner, but there are like some that are cut in halves to like give weird elevation. But right now, this is like the main obstacle.
That seems like a lot of extra work to just do a bunch of kickflips. So Chad's just gonna show off by doing a kickflip.
You do a kickflip.
Hi. Why would I need to read?
Good point, he says to Chad. Hey, can I see that real quick? And he's gonna try to do a kickflip on her skateboard.
Sure.
He doesn't have his acrobatics proficiency yet, but he wants to work on that too. That is
He just did Tyrant on Ice. How does he not have an acrobatics proficiency?
that was pure performative.
Magic. Performance roll, yeah.
Yeah. He tries to do a kickflip, stumbles it for the first couple times. He won't
That's okay,
nail it
Ty.
down.
The first time I tried to do one, I failed too. You'll get it.
He doesn't kick it, but he looks disappointed. And he like steps away. Alright guys, well, it's nearly midnight. I'm gonna pretend to sleep.
Okay.
Have a good night. He says.
Good night. See ya.
Celeste, who was just kind of watching that interaction, now engages with you. Alright, what was the greater chemical? I gotta know. Was he a demon? I wanna... What the fuck? Tell me more about this guy.
He's probably associated with them in some way. Not sure if he is one or isn't one, but very close to being one.
Real weird.
Alright. Fucking
What?
side.
The dude was weird. There's nothing much more to
Yeah,
say.
he kind of just looked like a handsome guy.
I see.
He's probably single, if that's what you were asking.
No. When you have a named demon after you, that, or a foul one, like that's not nothing. Most of these things don't have names, so when you find one that does, like if a Jerome is chasing after you, you're like, oh, okay, well, what the fuck did you do to get its attention?
Wait, do names make it stronger, or do it just means they're more renowned?
She shrugs. I don't know.
Okay.
But, I mean, they're immortal creatures. They live forever. You kill them, then they come back. Some of them are recognized, and those ones who are recognized get more knowledge about them. And turns out the ones that are strong enough to be recognized tend to be powerful.
I mean, is there an archive here in the pillar?
She shakes her head.
Well,
To
those
my
of us who could read
knowledge,
should go check that out.
to my understanding, foul ones weren't active until last year. There's a massive... Like, I wasn't even active until last year. Or the year before that. So, maybe I got a lead on them.
That's right. You're like constructed.
Thanks. She says.
I mean, I guess it's kind of no different than. I mean, it is. The process is different from being born, but I guess I'm constructed in a way too. Just happen to be younger than me.
Nathaniel's very confused. What is happening here? He's
Just
very
weird people.
layman.
Celeste goes to collect what you dropped, well, what Tyrant dropped on the floor, as well as this liver thing. Just looks at the weird rotting meat and a fucking, like, dried spinach bed. Just... Alright, what? I don't know what I'm doing right now. And she leaves.
Nathaniel, you need catching up, buddy.
Shouldn't we be able to read about these things? Shouldn't there be an archive somewhere where named demons are known?
Oh, I thought you meant like the previous activities of your party, which is called
no.
Raiding Team After Action Report, which is
About that, boss.
I'm sorry.
No, the archives as in like books and stuff. Like we could go read up on names.
Yeah, there
demons,
is
and
an
whatnot.
archive that just has a lot of information, but Ozark the Lich Wizard does not organize it in any sensible way. Lots of people go in there just to go and find stuff, and sometimes even he's surprised what's in there. So, I mean, you can go take a look.
So, my background has a feature which you might hate, but
I mean,
you-
yeah,
glad it
Ebor.
is city
Hang on.
rubbish.
Yeah, sure.
Was the Tyrant's bodyguard in with us?
Yeah, she was.
Oh, sorry, never mind. I take everything back. Carry on.
Yeah, she's always within 30 feet of him. I know what researcher is. I understand what it does. It doesn't change the fact that, you're already in the best place to go and research stuff.
Okay.
Unless, or are you trying to think of, like, secondary places?
Apparently, I have like a knack at knowing where things would be lore-wise. I don't know. It's up to you if you want to give me a hint or.
So... John's actually reading it right now. Narratively, you guys go to bed, and when you wake up, you can actually start doing activities. Or at least for my calendars. When you attempt to learn or recall a piece of lore, if you do not know that information, you often know where and from whom you can obtain it. Usually this information comes from a library, scriptorium, university, or a sage or other learned person or creature. Your DM might rule that the knowledge you seek is secreted away and most inaccessible. Yeah, I mean...
Does Joy give him any benefit?
You have to ask them, right? You need to do an activity. I'm not just gonna fucking...
No, I don't know how you wanted to play with the feature. I know that Chad's got like a city thing, and he does
He-
cool city things randomly.
Yeah.
So I just thought I'd show you mine, and you'd be like, yeah, do this or don't do that, or
I mean, yeah, you gotta go research stuff now. You know
I
where to
wasn't sure if
find
it was like,
information.
oh, actually, there's a hermit that lives in a mountain.
Oh,
You'll
okay.
know it. No, or something that's other than just go and look in the place where everyone would look. I wasn't sure if there was like.
Yeah. I don't think. So you are in the Lich Wizard, the highest level wizard in the world, and have access to his library. All parties do. This isn't like a fucking special club. I think if anyone is going to have information on this stuff, it would be that kind of immortal creature. I don't know if there would be any regular researchers out there talking about ancient, like, super, super ancient, like, 1,000,000 billion years ago kind of fantasy. Because this stuff is all kind of new to everybody. You don't know, like, the geolocation of the books, if that's what you're getting at. Like,
I mean, we could go.
Yeah.
Ebor, we could go search for it. I could help you.
I want to come, but can you guys read out loud so I can, know what's going on?
Oh my god, Leishton.
That's incredible, Leishton.
Chad also can't read and would love a good metaphor.
Alright, so on the 24th, are we just going to go do some group reading?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we can do
If
some
we can
that
find, can we find Ozark and have him, like, does he know how he organizes this shit? It's like, it's somewhere.
Yeah, it's somewhere. Yeah. The Library Ozark is a weird, like, exorcist demon who likes to, like, skitter and scatter on the roof and ceiling and then, like, drop down and, like, ambush people. Like a strange spider. So when you guys show up, you're, like, looking around for this guy and then he just falls from the ceiling and is like, yes?
Oh. You
Hello.
You guys can talk to him. I'm good.
No, come here, Leishtug. I like you the most.
What? Why me?
No, I'm kidding. I don't like anybody. What can I do to help you guys?
Do you have a section of the archives in which talks about named demons?
Oh, named demons. Yes, I do. Follow me.
I follow.
Alright, he's gonna walk around for like an hour. Just,
Oh.
he's like,
At some point we're like, are you sure?
no, it wasn't here. Hang on, okay, there's named angels. Is that? It's close? No? Alright. He moves on. It's like, fiends! We don't care about fiends. He looks at... Dragons aren't real. This is pure fiction. I need to burn this. He just throws the book on the ground. It has, like, this weird fucking serpent thing with, like, 2 claws and a big jaw, like, coming to bite somebody.
That looks sick.
Yeah. It's like, oh! Can someone help him? Can someone do an investigation check real quick?
Chad would
He rolled a
offer
4, guys!
Chad would offer up his pipe of insight to help out.
I'm gonna just start bringing books to him.
Okay. Yes, you do, CK.
This it?
You find, like, the child section, and there's a lot of cool fucking pictures that you can, like, see. I don't think the pipe would work on a simulacrum solely due to the fact it has lungs, or doesn't have lungs. Right? Or do simulacrums have lungs? Ebor, decide this for me. You're deciding lore. Be careful.
I mean, they're made of snow, right?
Ice, yeah.
Probably no on the lungs then.
But it's in the shape of a person, right?
Yeah, it takes on the shape of a person and acts like a person.
But would it have the organs of a like, would it be a perfect, like, to the point where if that guy is going to develop cancer in the future, if a simulacrum lasts long enough, would it develop cancer too?
I mean, if people are mostly made of water, and ice is 100% water, I bet it gets really close.
Can a simulacrum choke on poison gas? I suppose that is also a good question. This is going to decide a lot. Can you stinking cloud a simulacrum if it doesn't have
Is a
lungs?
simulacrum wet?
I mean, its brain will make it simulate choking. That's for sure.
Does it even have a brain?
Whoa.
Whoa. Big whoa. It has a head,
I feel
surely.
called out. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you defibrillate a simulacrum?
While Ebor looks for stuff, he also starts looking for books. Nathaniel, what are you doing in this time?
In this time, I am taking note of every place that we pass, and then writing it down and creating a little map of what we have going on down here. Because this simulacrum is like, whoa, it's not working out so well. I'm trying to do this like stealthily so that the simulacrum doesn't see. I'll just like step into like an aisle and like.
It's okay. Someone's gonna reorganize this later or try to, then stop halfway.
Yeah, this also just gives me a list of like what the fuck is down here as well too, is what I would be doing.
True. Ebor, you find something similar. You rolled high into my percentile of success. So let's go look at Ozark's library of useful information. Spirit beast, you don't care about. That's dumb. Old fantasy monsters that used to exist.
Does John need to take a break here and think about it?
Yeah, let's take a small break if that's what you're shooting for. We'll be right back, guys. Everyone, we are back, and we need to we need to get rid of this fucking epic music. Cause you know why? Cause you
It's time
enter.
We're
EDM
already
party zone.
You entered the spooky section, Mr. Ebor. While your party distracts themselves, complaining at the simulacrum who doesn't know where anything's located despite living
at
in
coloring
the
books.
archive. Or looking at coloring books that were probably stolen from like an arts and crafts shop and then just like added in here kind of as a joke, but then Ozark forgot. You, Ebor, go into a place where the shadows are a little bit thicker, a little bit darker. And as you start looking through the sealed grimoires held behind cases of glass, clear arcane sigils hiding or protecting the magics within, you realize you've stumbled upon the best option for you? The worst? Who knows? But you're here now, Ebor. What are you doing?
Investigating and trying to see everything because I'm really nosy.
Yeah. You take a look. None of the books are labeled, but you are looking at their covers, which are facing outward. So most books, it's like spine, and they're all closely packed together. These ones are leaning on their backs, looking outward through the glass to you. Many of them are have dark complexions, dark casings and coverings, be they just pure monochrome black. Sometimes they're mixed with like black and silver. Most of the time, it's these dark palettes mixed with like slivers of clear and I guess pure metallic colors. But you find one that is grody and brown and somewhat moldy looking as well. What are you doing, Ebor?
So if I have a look at all of them, does Joy give any indication? Because she knows things as well. Does she like have any sort of oof when she looks at a book or anything like that?
You can ask her.
Joy,
Yes?
do any of these jump out at you that we should look at?
What is your objective?
We're trying to find out about.
Are you trying to polish your sword skills?
Not at the moment. I was trying to get big brain. Big brain.
Big brain. Biggest brain or big brain?
Biggest.
You're looking for the biggest brain, she says, somewhat forebodingly. Ebor, this bundle of joy, as it were, who's just so happy to watch you learn and experience new things, comes a little bit broody, a little bit atmospheric, matching your surroundings. Well, the biggest brains look for the most unique.
So you agree with me that it's the book that looks in the worst conditions, probably the one that,
Indeed.
yeah.
Why would a wizard who has mending not cast it upon the book?
Yeah. Can I reach out and grab it, or is there like something in the way?
There's a glass case before it with a little arcane lock mechanism. Joy asks you, do you want it?
I do want to read it. I don't want to take it, but I'd like to read it.
You have to want it, Ebor.
Well, I do want it.
How badly?
I do want it a lot.
That's John laughing. Ebor, you, before you even realize it, have unleashed joy from her hiding spot that you always keep concealed. Maybe it was just mindlessly, like, you know, part of the communication aspect is you give it more than just, you know, your thigh to hold on to. Maybe it's you thumb it or touch it, but you draw your wand out. Joy, the shimmering, shining, arcane focus. It doesn't have eyes, it doesn't, you know, have a face or anything like that, but you feel its intelligence focused upon you. I can remove any magical protections. Ebor, fuck. What are you willing to pay to get to it? John fucked up the name.
What would you like? If I get this, what would you want?
Magic for magic. Give her your spell slots, Ebor.
What, as in temporarily give them? Like, cast it at her type situation?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I could lend her a spell slot.
The magic is powerful here. I need more than one to break it. It wouldn't be the first magical spell I've broken of a lich.
I can give a couple of level 3s.
What are you doing? She says, looking at her secret notes. Where the fuck is it? I know it's in here somewhere.
Oh, so this archive is just John's notes. I understand.
Yes, thank you.
Oh god, it's the folder system. What folder did he save it in? Was it out this in?
It is a physical writing document. I'm just trying to find it.
Oh no, it was other Toll's characters underscore colon with the God War.
Yeah, John invented OneNote where you just have one giant sheet of paper that's origamied, and it's just all the notes are on it.
You're
Which
not
way did I
too
fold
far
it?
off. The dungeon that the Thursday group is going through is on, like, that kind of thing. I'm not even kidding.
Wow.
You know me too well. God, there's so much shit I wrote.
I mean, that's how I do mine. I'm just actually projecting.
Oh, fuck. God, where the fuck did I put it? No, I think I passed it. You guys gave her like 44 spell levels. Alright.
We gave her a lot of magic.
You guys did. I need to keep that tallied. For, reasons. Ebor. Can you give up 9 spell levels comfortably? That'll guarantee it. And then I don't need to do any Arcana checks or anything like that.
Yeah.
Going for it.
Please subtract 9 spell levels from your character sheet. God, where the fuck is Hephaestus's tomb? Or not tomb, temple. That's right, the tomb, yeah. There's a lot of empty space right here. Come on, John. There's a show waiting for you. Alright, I'm just gonna write on this. And we're just gonna fucking randomize some numbers later. You wanna give her 9?
Yeah, I give it 9.
Perfect. There we go. She's more than happy to fulfill your want, Ebor. Not your needs, not your petty desires, but your wants, your true desires. Joy is more than willing to assist you in. She's already letting you loan her magic to you. You know of the spells that she knows. But one of her effects has always been the removal, the dissemination of magic. Dissimulation? And this ward, protecting this section of glass, is no different. Immediately, your hand sort of moves on its own, the wand choosing the wizard, as it were. The section will grow a little bit brighter and then begin to grow very dark as the magical emblem on the wood keeping it closed fizzles and pops until the symbol itself is gone. Open the glass.
I'll slide it.
You do so.
Or push it, or however it opens.
It just lifts up, but I get what you mean. You lift up the brown, strange, moldy book, wafts a gross scent at you.
Oh,
What does it smell like?
untapped magic.
Then take it.
You have to ask me twice, just grab it instantly.
You fucking grab the book. Okay, what now, Ebor? Everyone else is still distracted by Lei Stung, who's just fucking throwing shit now. Like, what do you mean dragons aren't real? Or whatever the fuck.
What's the point?
So push the glass back down,
Yep. Easy.
and then is there like somewhere that's a bit more discreet, and I can quickly run over to it and start reading?
You just scurry away, looking for a place to begin reading on your own. Chad, Nathaniel, and Lei Stung are hanging out with an Ozark simulacrum. Ebor having fucked off or not even being here. What are you three doing? It's been like 3 or 4 minutes and Ebor still hasn't come back.
I'm deep in list making of like all the bullshit that's down here.
That's fair.
I'm
Chad?
learning about graphic novels where I don't have to read. I can just look at the pictures.
It's just filled with dialogue boxes that are just fucking runic symbols to you.
Yeah.
Chad
Man,
has, Chad has once again become bored of this Ozark simulacrum. Start calling out on the communicator for Ebor. Ebor, where you at? Marco.
Still looking. Polo.
Do I hear him in this library?
I think
How
he's
far away he is?
intentionally being quiet.
Yeah, I was quietly answering back. I'm not gonna shout.
Yeah, but you've already made a point in the past that the communicator you can't do anything about.
It's true.
Those thick shadows, though. They're
What's your
very
passive
shadow-throwing.
perception?
Big. My passive perception is a 13.
I'll give you a luck check.
Ooh.
It might not be impossible to hear it,
That
but
D100.
often your own. Well, okay. I've decided a secret DC for this. But what I should have done is decided if high is good or if low is bad. Because there's two of you. One of you doesn't want to be found right now. So should I do a secondary luck check to see, just roll numbers?
Or have Ebor choose. Ebor, is it high or low?
Alright, who wants to be the second roll?
Oh, Ebor should just do a stealth check, and Chad make a investigation check and have the numbers fight.
Yeah, I guess we could do that. If that's what you guys want to do.
Fight. Jerry.
Keep-
Oh my god. Roll like shit.
Oh my god.
You will never be found.
Alright. You guys did that on your own. I'll take it.
Technically PvP.
Technically PvP. Chad looks, listens, but Ebor can scurry away.
Like Stung's
undisturbed.
shouting is just echoing everywhere.
Yeah. Fucking Chad at one point, like, Stunk hits you with a book.
Gotta collect them all. This is such good writing.
I didn't want to learn these things, that dragons aren't real. God, reading's terrible.
We go back to Ebor for a second. Ebor, you find a corner table. A singular, maybe 2 people at most could sit by it. You are in the darkest, dankest section of the archive, illuminated by little more than a light stone far into the ceiling above. What are you doing, Ebor?
Reading.
You open the cover. There is many a strange symbol before you. Not so much written in the arcane language, so much as written in Cray Sprawl. The ink is a mixture of blue and red, this purplish hue, sometimes separating and segmenting. Blue goes left, red goes right, or they helix and they cross, not mixing at all. It is a very strange colors, like schemata, that the writer in this book did. But as you continue to flip somewhat, just to, maybe you'll find a picture. You find one indeed. There is a terrible, awful depiction of the face of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's roll 1d6. 2. This weird worm creature. Not so much a face, so much as a full, weirdly... Is that a cat? Oh, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. This weird humanoid worm with 4 limbs and like a body like that of a tapeworm, but it is cut in half and hollowed out, instead being filled with these tiny, very tiny, barely noticeable, but clearly specifically drawn teeth that are that of a worm. It looks like a hugger. It wants to give you a big hug. It has no eyes, it has no facial features, it is just this weird humanoid worm, hollowed out with a bunch of teeth. Just
keep reading.
You keep
clicking.
reading. Yeah. And as you begin to read, or do you stop on this page, or do you just keep skimming through it?
Oh no, that's in there, so I can come back to it if nothing else catches my attention more.
Alright, we're skimming. We're skimming down. The next thing you see is a strange depiction of an insectoid or mosquito-like humanoid. Multi-legged, multi-winged, with a very large, almost horn-shaped, bladed snoot. That looks like it would be great to impale something with. I assume you're just going to skim through until you reach the very back.
Yeah.
Several pages later, you will pass through these weird graphs, these arcane symbols, runic symbols that you immediately identify as rituals, or at least a component of a ritual. The next one you find is that of a highly detailed sarcophagi. Seem to be bound by chains. Seems to have further of those runic symbols as well. You see not the creature within, but this sarcophagus oozes with malicious intent. I just quickly skip through that. Fuck that noise. The last are kind of like cartoonish. You know, maybe this guy wasn't insane enough to truly depict it. Maybe he got tired writing most of this book, but close to like the last 60 pages, there will be 2 more depictions. One of a weird-looking boar guy, like humanoid, so 2 legs, 2 big burly arms, as well as a massive, like, from torso all the way to top, massive head, massive maw, with several tusks, an inordinate amount of tusks and teeth just coming out of this, like, unhinged jaw. And the last one is a spider entity. That looks somewhat cool. Not like cool as in like, oh yeah, I'd totally draw this, but like also semi-humanoid, like suave positioning, like leaning on a non-drawn like chair or like half wall or something, and like clearly having its picture taken as it is drawn and depicted. It's not wearing any clothing, but it does have these like depicted spindles and spider like what are they called, spindles? Like the hair follicles that kind of come out as like a spine. I'm not sure about spider anatomy, guy. But its face, yeah, something like that. The 8 eyes staring deeply out of the page, looking at you, Ebor. Who the fuck did we just lose? Rest in peace.
Oh no.
He quit. He left. The spider was too much for him.
Too scary.
He peaced out.
He has arachnophobia.
His internet.
Torturing him.
All right, guys. That's it from
Brexit
Ebor.
is real. Oh God.
It's because nobody called him Crumpet.
Oh,
That's
no.
why.
Is that was the word? Oh my god.
Fuck. The
Poor
bird is
Crumpy.
the word.
Ah.
Ba-ba-ba, bird, bird, bird. Bird is... So what are you guys doing while we...
I'm looking this spider fuck dead in the eyes. Alright, you're gonna explain to me how the fuck dragons aren't real if everyone knows what they look like.
Ozark looks at you. I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, everybody says dragons are real, serpents are like these fucking winged fire breathing. I've never seen one. I've been around forever. Never once.
So you're gonna sit here and tell me. You're gonna look me dead in the eyes.
I'm looking you.
Alright?
Yeah?
You can see a rock walking around on its own,
Yeah.
and that's more real than a lizard that can fly.
Yeah, no shit, dude. Rocks have legs. You just gotta look really closely.
Ozark, have you been to a detonation ball game?
No, that's far beneath me.
So do you believe that detonation ball doesn't exist?
No, it exists. It can be observed, spectated.
So dragons exist then, right? You just haven't spectated or observed them yet.
Maybe it's in the gestalt of all humans' minds, but dragons... not real. I'm sorry. They're extinct if they were. Maybe they're just like a big, you know, like psychological thing that's just like pervaded human society. Maybe people have like a weird thing with serpents with wings and legs and arms and stuff, and you know,
That doesn't make any
cars.
sense. It doesn't make any sense.
Or-
Everyone on the planet knows what a dragon is. And everyone knows what they look like. It's
What's
so
a planet?
consistent. What?
What's a planet?
I don't know, man. I think this snowman's starting to get
Oh.
mad that we're sentient and he's not actually.
What is a planet? What did I just say?
What's
I
a
think I'm
planet?
running.
Yeah, Leishstein, suddenly you just are the fucking master of all lore. You just know how the world works, huh? Why don't you tell me where dragons are if you know where they are? Huh?
They're in caves.
Where?
Every story has them in a cave somewhere.
Show me the cave.
I
I'll
don't
fucking
know.
go. I'll scry on it. I'll burn some of my spell slots. You want me to go
won't.
fucking... Bet! Give me a cave where a fucking dragon is. I'll
You
fucking scry on it.
What's the biggest mountain range near here?
You don't have Scry prepared, Ozark.
I
You
always
his
have
magic
Scry.
missile prepared.
I do have magic.
Is there a book with...
Quality shit posting in the chat. Look, Leishtung, next time you find a dragon, I will be more than happy to teleport over there, paralyze monster, and then bring it back. Just to unleash upon this town so that someone else can see it too. You're welcome.
Chad.
That'll be on you, Leishtung.
Chad pipes in, man, that's a funny way to cast Scry.
It's true.
What is the nearest mountain range?
Nearest mountain range? Like any mountain range?
Yes. Like, give me the biggest one next to it.
There is
there's your
one
ex-girlfriend, but you know.
not even 20
Oh,
miles
yeah.
away. Oh, holy shit. Yeah, there's one 20 miles away.
On my break, I'm going to that fucking mountain and I'm gonna find a dragon.
You're gonna find spirit beasts, son. That's what you're gonna find.
Oh yeah? And you know what? One of them's bound to look like a dragon, if anything.
Maybe. Fuck. You get mad. Let's go back to Ebor. Ebor, how you doing, brother?
I'm good.
What happened
We're
there?
sorry about Brexit.
Is that affecting your internet? What?
Apparently so.
Boris Johnson's throttling your internet.
Oh no. Someone's
Can't
having
across
too
the
much
pond
fun. Ebor, the last picture you saw was that spider guy.
I heard about a couple of cartoon characters and then you stopped.
Yes, it was a big boar dude with a massive head and jaw that was unhinged with many tusks and teeth. As well as a suave-looking spider guy who was posing for the artist. He's multi-legged, but they're all, like, on different parts of his body. Rather than, like, 4 just on his torso, and then he has 4 legs and, like, a big Thor. He looks more human than any other creature. But he still has 8 eyes, which are depicted as these orbs. As well as, like, spider fangs. For the most part, he's the one that seems the least threatening.
The arcane symbols that are a ritual or rituals was what caught my attention the most.
Yeah.
Can I try and do something more with those?
You tell
Maybe
me.
Copy them? Like copy them into my spell book maybe, or
You're going to just take pages of your spell book and just start copying fucking random shit you find?
Joy, does this look like a spell to you?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought it was. I'll put it in my book.
Okay. It is but a part of the spell. You'll have to translate it somehow.
I can do comprehend languages, but that takes 10 minutes.
Are you
And
sure you want to get involved with these creatures, Ebor? There could be
you're the one
dire
telling me to take the
consequences.
book.
As long as you know what you want, I will support you, Ebor. That's my role.
I mean, it's more magical power. And I don't have to use it, just if I know it, then I know it. And then if someone uses it against me, I know how it works. The best defense is knowing your enemy.
There's no reply from your wand.
She understands and she respects it.
Okay. You project heavily upon your arcane focus, muttering to yourself. You will spend time. And this is no easy thing. To copy a runic sigil, it's not so... You can't trace that. There's no, like, rubbing you can do to get this off the book. You have to copy this by hand. And eventually, someone may... Well, maybe your team will abandon you. But if they do, Ozark's going to be like, where the fuck did that gnome go? So...
All busy arguing about dragons right now.
Yes. Out of the 5, how many do you want to copy? And then John's going to roll dice to see how long this will take you for each one. There are 5.
Can I do one and see how long that takes me? I do
Yeah,
one
sure.
and then... Yeah, I would.
Sure. Ow. You want to get the writing, like, attached to it, too, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
context.
Oof. The first one goes very long. Like, you're not even halfway done when half an hour comes by. You're, like, trying to trace every line perfectly, not fuck up a single droplet of ink. Make sure that you got this all down pat. The symbols are weird. The longer you stare at them, the, like, they don't move or shift physically, but it's, like, hard to focus on the book. Do you have any spells or items to assist you with this at all?
Nothing that I can think of any creative uses of spells or anything.
You don't have like a clone or like it's just, I don't know, something to speed up the writing process?
No.
Well, half an hour will go by, you getting maybe, you know, a quarter of the way through.
So people are allowed to be in here, aren't we? We are allowed in here.
Yeah, of course.
So I've put the case back down so it's not obvious that it's been tampered with.
Mm-hmm.
And where I am currently, I know how to get here. Or it should be fairly easy retracing my steps to get back
Yeah,
here.
you know, it might still be a check. This archive does move shelves. They probably wouldn't move, like, the things that are protected in, like, a case. So as long as you can get to this, like, rough area, you can totally get it.
Because, I mean, I could put it back in the case. And then it would look like it's protected, because no one would think it's not.
Yeah.
So I'll put it back, go back to my friends, and then come back when they're not waiting on me.
Okay.
Actually,
Ebor come... Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, after... Oh, this would be a later thing, but yeah, it's fine for
Okay.
now.
Ebor comes back to the group.
So we've been at this for half an hour, right?
Kinda, yeah. Like, it didn't start and was pure argumentation. Like, most of it was the build-up to the argument. So maybe, like, Lei Stung and Ozark are, like, truly getting, like, heated and more mad at each other. About, go to a mountain! I don't care what you do!
Fuck you, I will. I'm gonna fucking drag a dragon back here and I'm gonna have it eat your ass.
Fucking do it! I got shield, motherfucker! I got
Yeah,
magic
you know what?
missile.
Dragons are magical.
Oh, yeah? Oh,
Does
I'm
shield
so
not work
scared.
against breath weapons.
Oh, I'm scared of a breath weapon. I'm a fucking monk. He mocks you, Chad. Looks at the barbarian like, oh, I'm gonna go and hit a dragon over the head with a club. Go fuck yourself, Leishtung, and he fucking throws a pen on the table and
Fuck you,
leaves.
snowman.
He
You're made of
flips you.
snow?
His
What the
limbs snap and just like go full, like perfect on his back as he flips you guys off.
Nathaniel, what are you reading?
Peace among worlds.
No, I look up. Yes?
You, come on. You're not. Come on.
Come on.
Where are we going?
Oh,
Nathaniel
Wow.
literally looks up and is like so deep in like writing things. Oh, and I saw that over here, and I saw that over here. He's like so deep in like writing his list of the things that are down here that he has no clue that this was even happening around him. So what were
my
we
head's
talking
getting
about?
hot. My head's getting hot, Nathaniel. Holy
Dragons, Nathaniel. Fucking
shit.
dragons.
Dragons.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
right?
about them?
How
They're real,
you know
right?
they're real? He's saying that they're not real.
Could
like,
be.
period.
Don't.
I've never seen one.
Leishtung, we gotta walk away. We can't do this again.
When
Leishtung.
did not seeing something mean it's not real?
Not saying
Chat
it's not real.
physically
When did that
hates
mean that?
Leishtung and starts walking in any direction but Nathaniel's and Ozark's.
That's fair.
Come on, man. It's not worth it.
The
I mean,
Marshal.
I'm gonna-
wouldn't they be shooting all of the airships out of the sky if they're still around? I mean, they could have been real years ago.
You call after them. They're just Jack's leading.
We'll get back. No, man. Come on. Let's go.
I cannot.
We can't even fucking read. Why are we even in here?
I was expecting story time.
We never get story time. We just sit here yelling with a goddamn Ozark simulacrum for a fucking hour. God. Chad gets on the mic. Come on, guys. Let's get the fuck out of here.
I lean into the mic and say, Ivor, if you want to catch up to us, I'll follow them out, or I could stay here with you.
Did you want to stay with me?
I mean, we can split the party.
It's a downtime day. Who cares? You know, you guys don't have plans.
Chad suggests we go to the local establishment for the Brotherhood of the Fist for some beers, and so Chad can re-up on his drugs.
You can do
Chad,
that.
I'm gonna go into the Bay Area and see if we can find Reno, see if they're on duty, and we're driving to that fucking mountain range tomorrow. We have the climbing gear. We have the shit. I think we should just go do it.
You gonna go fuck up some dragons?
I don't want
really
to fuck up a dragon. I just want to see one. I want to talk to it because they talk.
I really don't want to get eaten by spirit beasts, so...
We're not gonna get eaten by spirit beasts.
Are you saying this on the mic, or...
This is
No,
not...
I'm talking to Chad right now. We're just like with the Brotherhood and just hanging around.
Yeah.
You know, it's like we can fucking dragons, dude. Like me and you, we can just go get a dragon.
We're a few beers deep, and Chad's turning to the table. Guys, are dragons fucking real? Every person of the Brotherhood of the Fist. What's the general table reaction, John?
Fuck. Let me let me roll a dice.
Follow-up question is the bartender after I talk to all my people.
Is the bartender?
Of course, you always ask the bartender.
Bartender has a
Brotherhood of the Fist. 75% sure dragons don't exist.
And the bartender?
The bartender, he's flippant about it. If they do exist, he wouldn't care. If they don't, you know, it doesn't change his life in any meaningful way.
The real question.
Brotherhood, like, man, if dragons were flying around, we'd have heard about them. There's no way.
Temerbot says they're not real.
Even Temerbot,
Damn it.
the most reliable source of John lore, says dragons don't exist. They're just storybooks that you watch in Castle Power. If something's drawn in Castle Power, do you believe it's real? No, it's just stories. And stories are stories. That's basically what the Brotherhood of Fist is like.
Bruh. How the fuck this happened?
Temperbot
Pepperbot
knows.
is too wide.
Temperbot's on point all the time.
At this point,
Ebor.
Chad's gonna be frustrated. Sorry.
No, you go ahead.
Chad's frustrated and is gonna finish out this bar excursion. John, are there Doritos in your world?
I need a
I
different
thought they're
name
called
than...
orange triangles.
Yeah. Baked orange
Bet-
triangles, yeah.
Are there two specifically different colored bags of bent orange triangles?
Yeah, one's
No,
bright
orange and
blue, one's green. Fuck it.
Okay, so
Even though
Chad's gonna
both
be-
are orange. The bags
Yeah.
themselves aren't orange.
Chad's team green bag all the way, and is gonna pull the bar in a similar fashion to our Dragon's Reel to try and figure out whether or not what the leading win chip winner is. This is
Okay.
important lore information, John.
Yeah.
What's more popular in the world?
Wait, what are you guys polling for?
After getting
exactly?
pissed off and drunk, that his argument didn't seem to get literally everyone like, of course dragons are fucking real. Chad wants to know if everyone unanimously agrees that the green bent orange chips are the better of the two varieties.
At least 42% disagree and say the other one is better, the blue bag. And those fucking
Majority
idiots,
rule.
you outnumber those guys. Greenback for life. Oh, dabbing.
Green bag.
Oh, free dab! Oh no, it's not free. Just kidding. Good job,
No, it's
Paul.
not free. Good job, Nick. On point.
Good answer.
All right, I want to get on this bar. I'm gonna stand on the bar table. All right, listen here.
We have spent so much on this. What? Last thing. What do you do as the last thing of this fucking bar?
Okay, I'm gonna stand up and explain to them if everyone knows about them, whether they were real or extinct. It's very clear that these existed at some point.
Bro, I grew up on Castle Power. There were dragons in that. Castle Power is the best show in the world. I loved it. And he just rips off his jacket and shows his Castle Power.
I want to roll.
Two.
Persuasion. I want to
The Act
convince you.
2 tattoo. Yeah, you go roll it. But this guy, he's rolling against you. And he's gonna have advantage for being tatted up. A natural
This ink is not
13.
a curse.
I now have to roll his charisma because you still might beat him.
Get him.
Get him. 5, 9 plus 3 is 12. It's only a plus 1. So now we gotta roll to see if he's proficient. If he's proficient in persuasion, then we're gonna give him a 25% chance. So whatever that is on a d20. That's a natural 1. You beat him. You're more persuasive, but just barely.
Baby, let's fucking go, baby.
Oh my
See?
god.
It's not about facts. It's about convincing people. That's how you win
Yeah,
arguments.
it's more like the guy who ripped off his shirt and showed off his weird fandom tattoo is just like disgusting everybody. Like, what the fuck? Like, why are you doing this? Making your argument in comparison much more sane, just by pure optics alone.
Yeah, easy. That's how you win arguments. Just GG.
Ebor and Nathaniel, what do you guys do on the 24th?
So-
Ebor, you come back to me, I assume, where we were
Yeah.
sitting.
So, I found out that simulacrums do have lungs because they have the statistics of the creature that they copied.
Oh.
So if they had like dark vision, they'd have dark vision. If they were able to breathe underwater, they could breathe underwater. So basically, they are like the
Sure.
thing that they are.
Damn.
Awesome
deep lore.
news. And I also found this really cool book, and I wanted to like steal read it, and I thought I could use an accomplice to be my lookout. Will you come and look out for me while I go read
Yeah.
a book?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I can keep you safe from mundane things.
I feel like, you know, when you're in a library and everyone's like, oh, suspicious-y, because they're like, you shouldn't be reading that book. I feel like that's what's going to happen. Maybe this is like a first edition or like a restricted section. like in that famous film where you have to go around under a piece of fabric so you're
Yeah.
invisible. We haven't got one of those, but you know,
No.
I'm gonna sneak in and read. I also can't make us invisible at the moment. I'm sorry. That would have been a really useful spell.
I mean,
We
I
did
think we can just
espionage.
walk right over there. I don't see Ozark near us, right? Like, I just see us sitting here, lost in the archives.
Depends. Do you look up?
Yeah, I'm talking to Ebor, look around.
Yeah, you
We're
look
alone
left and
now.
right. Yeah, he's
I'd be
not
looking
down
up
any.
because he's
section.
taller than me, so I'd be looking up at him.
No, you look up. Do you see Ozark? Let's find out if you see Ozark. That's a D6. Where's my D10s?
Or did Ozark escort them out?
Ozark is not there.
Post
well,
and ceiling is clear.
I don't believe that there's a problem in using the resources of this archive. I don't even think it's stealing.
It's not. It's just reading a book that might not be meant to be reading.
I mean, does it have a sign that says "Do not read"?
Nope.
Well, there you go.
Nothing to say that you shouldn't read it. Just a glass cabinet.
Yeah, and on my list of things that I've been writing down, would I have found anything about the construction of like airships, or what it would take to, I would like to read up more on what the like how powerful would an airship have to be to travel very fast and over mountains and these other things. I would be looking for like an airship book.
Ozark would not keep that solely because he is
Okay.
sedimentary, and as his like private library, he can fly on his own. That is something that he would never consider. There
Yeah,
are
so all the things
books
that I
in the
would be, like,
city like
looking
that,
for.
though.
Yeah, all the things I would be looking for. It's like, he doesn't have any of the good stuff. Like,
Yeah.
does this guy even know? All right.
He's got a
Well,
lot of
gonna go
like
protect
weird
Ybor.
arcane history that you would have passed through. Like looking in the military section, it's literally like, oh, the Battle of Maelstrom, circa bullshit featuring, and then it like has two names you just don't recognize. But supposedly they're high spellcasters, and it's like a battle report almost of like what they did.
Sweet. I pick up the book that was discarded by Ozark and Leishtung, the dragon book,
The Dragon Book. Yeah, you can look at it.
and we're gonna go read.
All right, you guys read for the entire day. How long do you want to dedicate to this?
I would look to Ybor in terms of how long you want to dedicate to this.
It might take a while.
Yeah. So the first book, or the first sigil that you come back to, I'm not going to reroll because I remember how long it took you. 90, 30 plus 80. What is that? 90, 30 plus 80. That's how many minutes?
So it's like 200 minutes, so
Yeah.
like 3 hours and 20 minutes.
Yeah, so the first one's going to take, like, getting the symbol down, that was the easiest part. Now it's time to do the language itself. There's like 25 pages of notes on either side of this that are tangentially related. And you were just like, just taking notes, and soon you're going to run out of, like, paper. And you're going to have to do, like, a run for, like, vellum.
I have a quill and paper on my sheet. Or do you need better than that?
You need better. It's you specifically.
I figured.
You want.
I offer it
vellum.
up as like an idiot. Like, yeah, you could use this. Huh.
It's just like easily terrible printer paper that you find. You're like, what the fuck? This can't.
Still has the edges on it for the printer, like haven't taken those off.
You need that deep, almost fabric-like parchment that can collect ink perfectly. Because you don't want any like runoff or like or seeping. You don't want your paper to seep when it comes to magical
No bleeding.
bullshit. No bleeding. You don't want it like on your hand either.
Yeah, so should we take the book with us so you can read it at, I don't know, where do you stay? At Sill's place, or?
I've been staying there, yeah. I think.
I mean, I think you could take it with you.
I love that piece of lore.
Oh shit.
you can
Oh, you
walk
guys are
out.
gonna have to find someplace else to keep your shit other than Sill's house now. Fuck. Oh no.
Well, me and Sil,
Our
friends. are better.
NPC contact.
They get to use
No.
the storage area.
I'm sorry. Once the player's gone, I have to take away their
Killed the
things.
bromance.
I know. I didn't.
Divorce, like, half
I
the
did
stuff.
not. No. Don't.
Yeah,
Don't
you
shift
get
this on
half
my
of the
part.
stuff in the divorce.
You're just like fucking seeped into his will.
He's gonna give you half of the kitty carrier he carried you around in.
Yeah.
Just half, though.
just the harness itself, just nothing else.
Yeah, so I try to convince Ebor just to leave with the book, and we'll bring it back. So like, it's not like it's going anywhere.
Yeah,
It'll
but
be in
I'm
town.
pretty sure it's going to be like security. Because I'm pretty sure some of the other cabinets had security on it. This one I don't think did. I just lifted it up. Easy peasy. But all the other ones were really like locked down. So unless that was the security and there's no security getting out.
You also know that, one of you has tried to take a book out of this place before, and the alarm
I
went
have
off.
not.
Yeah, Nathaniel wouldn't know this, but someone did. I remember it being, maybe not in your group, maybe it was the Saturday people, but someone tried to, let's just go with that thread. A horse tried to take a book out of the archive and was immediately knocked unconscious by some kind of spell effect. Whether he didn't prep the magic missile barrage that would destroy him, or some other kind of thing. For whatever reason, he quickly put the book back, or was dragged out to turn into glue.
Yeah. Okay. So resources must stay in here. We should put it in a place where we can find it again.
I can put it back in the cabinet because it was unlocked. So it'll just be there.
Sure. I would take so I have this quill and ink. I would take the ink and be dropping little droplets of ink on our way out so that we could trace our path on the way
We're gonna
back.
Hansel and Gretel it. Very nice.
Yeah, just letting it drip off of my fingers as we're walking to
Yeah.
the side, so it's to the side so people don't walk on it.
Just fucking dip your finger. Doop, 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 doop.
Yeah, just put it over the top of the thing, and just so it's dripping.
Yeah, you do that. No big deal. You guys can get out unharassed 3 hours later, copying down the very first sigil, Ebor. Please add that to your sheet. And John will know what you'll be talking about. Oh. So, guys, what's the plan? As the 24th rolls away, it becomes the 25th.
We get back together. Do we know that the demon is in
Oh.
the city of blinding lights?
Hang on. No. The information would have been disseminated by now. So on the 25th, you guys are going to have a meeting. Because Leishtang and Chad probably drank themselves to a stupor during the night and could not be immediately located. The morning of the 25th comes, and hangovers or not, you all gather once more. I'm looking for cool music.
So can I mark down that I had a short rest?
Yes. 3 more spell levels you can get your hands on.
And a hit
Yeah,
dice.
yeah. When they're hungover, we go back into the archives, right?
No, you do not.
Okay.
You
never
are
mind.
summoned. No, this is too soft. There we go. You guys are summoned. The tyrant calls you in to his office. And by office, I mean the snack room. It's delicious. The bananas, the apples, the fruits, and vegetables that are given to you as a snack. All healthy in a similar vein of what the greater chemical would want.
Mandatory snack room snack.
Nice. Ozark is there. The tyrant, not so just yet. He will join shortly. And Ozark will call out to you all. Oh! The raid team! The prodigal diplomats of our new task force. Congratulations on not dying. I would have
Thanks.
assumed that Igor would have started a fight with his grandfather or brother or cousin or whatever weird.
We only saw cousins.
And an uncle?
The uncle who was the first seal, something.
First seal, first schmeal. Look, guys, I'm gonna tell you outright. Before the tyrant comes in here and gives you like false hope, false optimism, either one of these options, you're probably gonna get murked. I'm kind of worried for you. I think
What do you mean?
all hard focused on like. See, now look, I read through the dossier. It's great. It was compiled perfectly. You know, who's it fuck is in the forge of wherever the hell. Child's on a northward trajectory to us, apparently. The, you know, north by northeast or west has anything to say about that. Either way, a thing you guys missed, and he points to, well, I guess he just gestures to the dossier rather than pointing out lines. This thing, this child, he quotes with fingers. Whatever it is, it's being fucked with by an archfey. This Phalanor creature. That ain't no, like, small thing to deal with.
Yeah, it has the light of Arvalon in it or something.
Something. Fucking magic, man. Fey bullshit. So here's the thing with Fey magic. They steal shit. And they put it in other shit. Because they're assholes. They're worse than wizards, in my book. Because, like, at least I can't fucking imbue you with a thing that will permanently affect your life. They steal your name, they take your name, and they give your name to somebody else. They do this all the time. Phalanor, I've had a run-in. Well, I myself haven't. But others have that I know. And each one of them, like, he changed a guy's name permanently. His name used to be Fred, then it became Red. Not even, he literally cut out the names, the letter of it. Everybody calls him Red now. That's his name. That's how he thinks himself. It's called a Geos. Do you know what a Geos is? It's like a mind control thing, except it's massive, like, AoE effect. They're super dangerous, guys.
Uh-huh.
I mean, maybe he points to the gnome. He's somewhat resistant to magic. But I wouldn't go fuck around with this thing. Like, easily. Or unwarranted. Like, I'd keep my distance.
I mean, it sounds like we would need an anti-magic shell, shield,
Or
something.
anti-charm,
Dome.
probably. It'd be the cheaper option. But either way, I don't think you all have Intellect Fortress prepared, do you?
What is that?
Look toward Igor. Hey man, does that ring work for everybody?
We all touch the helmet.
Igor shakes his head. I don't think so.
So, what we're getting at is, we can't go after briefcases, because Leishtung will turn into the sewer gigolo.
Yeah.
We can't go after either of these two options, because we're gonna die.
I mean, you could do, like, scouting stuff, but
Cool.
I don't know if you guys want to be the research team.
I mean, so far it's been happening, but if we could, like, it sounds like you have an idea of what would take down Fae in this world. Is there a place that we could go acquire these items that you know of?
Maybe a place to raid.
Maybe. Oh, what the fuck? How'd a moth get in here, he says. Thought I killed all insects. Ah, alright. Yes. I do know of techniques. I wouldn't say I know the locations of items, but I know what to look for when it comes to battling these mind-controlling fucks who want to turn you into a, and I quote Phalanor, a meat puppet. He wants to turn you into a meat puppet. Ugh. Fucking weirdos. Anyway.
I mean, like what alcohol did to my father. I understand.
Yeah. Except, you know, you're on
Oh,
strings. Maybe real strings, too. Oh my god. I should have seen what happened to Randy. Anyway. that all aside, cold iron. Special technique. Or, it's iron that has been forged in a cold furnace. It's not just like you find raw iron and you just hammer it. I don't know how the technique is done, but if we can find that, like a smith, like, we need a smith, man. You guys have so much mithril. We need, like, a master crafter smith to, like, create some cool shit.
Oh, that's right, guys. We gotta go back to the City of Blinding Lights to check if that lady's there. Remember? I forgot her name, but I know of her.
Sure.
Oh, wait. Or, well, we'll have to go...
Sure, that... We haven't really run into any smiths. We've been looking.
Mhm.
Well, you know, the good ones, you can just check the yellow pages, right? Maybe Maelstrom has some stuff. I know you guys don't like it. Well, I know most people don't like it. Maybe I'm generalizing here. Maelstrom has some crazy people there. I'm sure... Well, I'm not sure of anything there.
Never been.
It rains. It rains a lot. But it has this, like, cool sewer system. Or not sewer, but, like, tunnel network that just connects to crazy magical items. We sent a, well, I sent a delegate there once to go and find some magic, and he did not disappoint. He found a sword you could just summon by, you know,
What?
summoning it. Yeah, it was pretty sick. Yeah. Anyway.
I mean, our next shopping adventure then would be in
God, don't
shopping
take...
for a blacksmith.
Yeah, don't take money to Maelstrom. They'll fucking rob and kill you for it. Those guys are brutal assholes.
No, dude.
Yeah. Anyway, cold iron. Easiest way. It hurts them. They don't like it. They think it doesn't make sense. Unlike hot iron, which apparently makes perfect sense to them. I'm not sure what the difference is. Some stupid bullshit. He gets distracted for a moment. Thinks about the thing. The next one, you confuse them. Alright. If you confuse a Fae by just saying wacky, nonsensical bullshit, you have a potential to distract them. It doesn't always work. Sometimes, like, you really have to get it and just say, like, you know, Dolphin Cigar Oni-chan or something crazy like that. And they're like, they have to... Their brains aren't like a normal person. If they think they're having, like, a stroke... When you say things that just they don't expect, sometimes you can catch them off guard and then, like, run away. That's normally, but maybe you can, like, you know, snatch a kid. I don't know. Fuck. Or snatch a briefcase. I want to bring Lich Stung if you're going to do that, though. The next big thing with Fae, and then the Tyrant walks in, and Ozark shuts the fuck up. The Tyrant enters. He lets out a sigh. Hello. How are you guys doing today?
Good.
Watching some snacks.
Good to hear. Ozark, you're not arguing about them with dragons again, right? And the dude's just like, no. That was a simulacrum. I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Wait, you heard that? Was
So-
that loud?
Yeah. There are like 4 people in there. It was just echoing.
Tyre, are dragons real?
I haven't seen one. I saw a spirit beast that looks somewhat similar to one, though.
That's good enough for me.
Yeah, it's
Survey
somewhere.
says.
Yeah, it was next to Cancelar during the whole Cancelari crisis bullshit, but it turned away. Or I guess it wasn't interested in the city. Anyway. Why am I talking about Drake? Mephelio. So I got in touch with our diplomatic allies, the Overlord of the Forge of Alvin. She will look into the threat, but we are not allowed to operate within that city. We're not, you know, agents of her government. So, you know, if you go over there anyway, just we'll deny your existence. All that diplomatic bullshit you've heard time and time again. Why are you guys looking at me like that? What's going on?
Just waiting for the inevitable doom.
It sounds like both of these tasks are somewhat out of our reach currently.
He nods.
And we are working on building up the new city, but we could be putting our gifts to use, as it were.
True. Speaking of, there is a development with the colony. I don't want to bring it up since it's kind of like a or I guess it's more or less a trivial thing. But we have found evidence of entities watching the construction. Next to, on the other side of a river, the south side, away from where we're building. One of the workers there said they spotted like a campfire or like a smoke trail. And you know, fires sometimes happen in the wild, but it's not like it was storming heavily in that area, so lightning probably didn't do it. There's a chance there are like an unknown band or tribal people that you hear about who have just been existing for some time outside of the reach of known man. I don't know if any of you are interested in that, but it could be an adventure.
I mean, it is a potential threat to the building of the town if they think we are destroying their way of life or are encroaching on their territory. Because we bargained with the elemental or whatever that was to build there, but we did not talk to anyone else in the general vicinity.
Yeah, they could also be a... Civilization isn't all that bad. When Tulst was built up, there were tribes here too that fell in line when Ozark provided them protection. Those were the ancestors of who would become the hunters. Now, the most influential individuals of the world. So, we don't want to just initiate contact. They haven't done anything to us if they exist. We haven't seen any true sightings. It was just like a smoke trail. Maybe from a campfire, maybe from a forest fire. We're not exactly sure. It'd be an investigation.
Yeah, I think this is something we could take on. It would jeopardize our ability to produce more airships if this was put off course.
This is true. We do want to harvest from that side of the river eventually. Not necessarily now, but one day.
Or informational leaks that could get to the islands.
Anything to protect the colony.
Chad says. Another thing that has recently developed, Destry is heating up massively. I don't know what... Are any of you informed on the situation? I think we've...
Children's
soldiers.
Mushrooms? The mushrooms that are taking over a city?
That's Moolah.
That's Moolah. That I was getting into that next, but Destry is becoming a genuine war zone again. They cooled off as soon as we showed up after we did our big display of force. Fresnoth is tilting. She's getting mad. We're not respecting her power and influence, and now she's committing to the field. There are talks of destabilizing her leadership, specifically in the provincia, the province of Morning Glory. Yeah. They have a council of clerics there that, we'd like removed. If we destabilize that city, it was already kind of just doing its own thing before Fresnoth came, and she only swooped in when their vampire lord was assassinated by murder dwarves, as they were called in the headlines.
Oh.
Yeah.
Igor shifts nervously.
Indeed. Maybe they were hired to do it. Maybe they just wanted to kill a vampire. I'm not sure. But if we knock out the cleric, or the Council of Clarity, which is currently ruling over the city, we may get a full-on rebellion, which would at least distract Fresnot. If not, you know, potential allies, potential new threat, we can open a new avenue in the north of Destry. Do you want to do some, you know, mindless assassination? Or, you know, just
Or
an assault?
capture.
Well, we'd prefer to extract you guys before letting a mob of...
No, I meant capture the clerics.
Oh, yeah, potentially.
I mean, if the opportunity arises, we can capture them. If it does not, then
True.
it doesn't.
Yeah. The next thing is definitely Moolah. We want to send I want to say delegation party, but it would have to be like an expeditionary force. Normal City does have an airship terminal. I don't know what the situation is like there is, though. We're sort of blind past Destry right now, and we'd like to get some eyes over there.
Oh.
That looks to the rest of the party. So let's go save the town.
Destry or Moolah?
No, neither. Our town. Our
Yeah.
future town.
I'm gonna go
Right?
looking through.
Those are our three choices.
We haven't
Destry
we
or
haven't
City.
scouted much of the colonies area. If there are ruins, there are, you know, easy pickings there. I'd like to scout them, but that will require a foot search more so than just, you know, aerial view. Canopies hide a lot. The mountains are bare. Crevices couldn't or could not be. Lots of things will be unburied shortly there, and I'd rather...
Eesh.
Yes?
Something should probably stay buried over there.
What does that mean?
Do we have horses that could help us traverse the area, or is that wooded area too densely packed?
Used to have half a horse.
That was a deer.
Yeah.
I've only heard.
Nathaniel just looks confused.
Anyways, pack animals of some kind to traverse that area.
We can get, like, I suppose mules. Mules would be your best bet. That'll take a lot of time. Going through forested regions, no matter if you have animals and you're going through foot, or if you are carving a path with a bulldozer, it takes time no matter what.
Chad chimes in. Or more our speed. How much to hire a driver in a vehicle?
I mean, if we're hiring a driver in a vehicle, we should hire an expeditionary crew. Like, who in in town can we trust with scouting the area? There has to be cartographers, right?
We need scouts. That's what we truly need. The best people who would know the area, though, would be the people who are already living there. If there are natives, which there might be, there's no guarantee from my point of view that there are yet, until we have, like, a body or a person trying to make contact with us. If there is, they would know the best places to go. The scary places where they'd stay away from. That's what interests me. Also, there's another aspect of that which could be a thing. If we are on good terms with the primal elemental and something is buried beyond, you know, hundreds if not thousands of feet of earth, in theory they can bring it up.
Oh.
We are on good terms with the primal elemental.
Yes, I assume so. I hope so. You built a shrine to it, for fuck's sake. I don't know what these things like. I'm told they like magic. Maybe they like performances. They're weird elemental, like they're made out of dirt. What would they have to like something, right? Like the human experience is interesting. Not even I deny
They liked
that.
our tenacity. We poured blood into a bowl, and it seemed to drink that up.
It drank your blood? What?
Kinda.
Well, maybe it was the magic in your blood. We can hope it's not a vampire rock. I'm tired of these fucking vampires, guys. He just fucking.
Yeah. So we have two avenues forward. One, we could try to reach out to the elementals. I don't think that's our
we have
current
Maelstrom as
speed.
well.
But number two, we should look for the. We should use
Maelstrom?
our airship. With what? What about Maelstrom?
What about?
Remember the magical items there that could be potentially.
Ozark whistles loudly and just like facing you guys, just like moves. Don't fucking mention it. Yeah.
No, like I was saying, we load up with pack mules. We load up with things that we could trade to the natives there to impress upon them that we are there to help them, as peacemaking, and then get information from them. I don't know if we would speak the same language, so we might need a interpreter of some kind.
So we're gonna act like colonizers, turn up and offer to trade with them. It doesn't feel.
Yeah,
like
and
it could work.
bring them into the fold, maybe.
Civilize them.
I mean, they can have their own thing
Wow.
going on, but we're just going to show them that we're not there to hurt them. We would like to have our territory. They can have their territory.
Yeah, and
But this would
eventually
be a
we'll
way
just
to
take
open up.
their territory. Yeah, I agree. I'm told
We could
tinder
be
boxes
pet
are a good gift if you're.
Or just buy their city off them for 10
I don't-
bucks.
I don't believe we're going to a frozen continent that's frozen over and has
A frontier, if
werewolves
you
on it
will.
or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a frontier of
$15
some
worth of
kind.
jewels.
So yeah, we can bring jewels. We can bring like well-crafted bow and arrow, sleeping bags. Things to construct, like tools, like hammers and things like
Tasty
this. I don't
food.
know what they have,
Spices.
but
medicine. Medicine is huge.
Mhm.
If they are a tribal society, like in Ariel and Quelithor, the only reason they are in the Confederation is for modern medicine.
Yeah, so we take that with us.
Oh.
We look on our airship, looking out for signs of smoke, signs of where they may be, signs of where they have potentially cleared out the forest and have their town. I'm not sure if they live in the trees or what they do, but we could figure
Figure
this
that
out.
out.
It would be an expedition for sure.
I think that's like our best bet moving forward to keep the airships must flow, as it were.
It's true. They do. Oh. All right. Do you have any questions for me? I'm sorry this greater chemical thing didn't work out, but if it's beyond your
It's
level, I don't want to risk you guys. I'll send hunters if I have to, or at least some of my people.
We're on the right path for things. Things are in motion. We can have multiple irons in a fire.
No, it's good that we actually made contact with the Alventori. I don't know why they opened channels even just now. Because, I mean, they would have known I wouldn't just send... No offense, guys, but you're not a hunter. None of you are. Together, you're a good squad. You have a lot of combat potential. You have a lot of potential for growth, but I'm not going to send you to fight a lobster demon that's apparently transformed enough and can pass off as a regular mortal. That's what truly scares me about this Mephelio character. Normally, like, it's just an undulating rat man with, like, multiple teeth, and it's just aggressive. If this thing is smart enough to, like, blend in with a society, what else could it know?
Or how many are there?
I mean, is it even a demon? Could it be a dragon transformed human?
The fuck's a dragon?
Dragons have magic, you know.
I'm tired of this dragon talk. I'm tired. Oh my goodness. It could be a whale.
Anyways, we will set up an expedition and we will go take that as our next thing to do.
Yeah. We should definitely consider, if we have time, or if there's still turmoil, we should go to Destry, because our combat prowess would be probably really put to use there.
Yeah, that's probably number 2, right?
Yeah, we have Fireball, Hands, Sword and Shield. I'm not entirely sure what you can actually do, Nathaniel.
Many things.
I heard he got shot by several guns. And is that true? Do you actually
Building
like...
up my tolerance and resistance to bullets.
Yeah.
You can
there.
do that? What the fuck?
It's true, you can.
I mean, it didn't make me weaker to them.
Yeah. Okay. Well, hopefully this... Why don't you guys talk about it? Figure out what you want to do and what sort of order.
I think this order is fine.
Okay.
What about you guys? Chad,
Works for me.
Ivor.
I think dealing with the our city thing probably is the highest priority because we need to get the ships being built so that we can nicely and calmly invade another country. Because we won't do that. It seems time sensitive. The things other teams can do, but this is our city, so we should probably take ownership of it.
Mm-hmm. We want to become bureaucrats and start delegating everything.
Another thing,
We've also done
if you
2
make...
quests and gave up on them, so... we must-
They're not given up upon. They're just being worked on.
Yeah, one of them kind of has a spell on me. The other one can kind of like destroy
Not
everyone.
criticize, I'm just saying we've started 2 quests and haven't done anything. We should probably try and finish one, and this sounds like one we could finish ourselves quite easily. Go talk to some natives and make them our friends.
You guys know why we can't
Just
finish
buy
quests? We haven't gone shopping in a while.
We're going shopping in like...
We're about
4
to go
days
shopping.
ago.
Um,
It's so long.
so
Wait, no, it's been like a week now.
It's been so long.
we're about to go shopping. Like we can go shopping for our expedition.
Well, I guess pharmacy shopping. We're gonna bring them medicine and stuff, right?
Let's go get some drugs.
I mean, we bring them medicine. We bring them a whole bunch of things, right?
Shit, you're right, Chad. We bring them our drugs.
Seems fine.
Speaking of things, you guys haven't gotten experience for a little while. So everybody take 2,200 experience for information, for roleplay, information gathering, for roleplay. The info that you guys have gotten has helped the political team quite significantly.
You said 2,400.
2,200.
200. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I added it to Igor's. Well, I didn't change his experience points. I just added a plus 2200 for him to do. I don't know, next level up, I think it's like 25, 26k?
Somewhere in that range.
For level 7. But once level 7 hits, especially for spellcasters, there is a massive bump of power and cool shit you can do. 4th level spells.
Maybe I'll hit level 4 eventually.
Maybe.
Another multi-class.
Yeah.
23.
Another one.
Listen, the way
It's
this is going, I
23?
might get
Okay.
magic.
Just so you know,
Or 23,000, excuse me.
the wizard could multi-attack before the fighter bob.
Shit, Chad's close to level 7.
Yeah, so is Igor.
Another 2,200.
Oh shit. So that's it for what I have prepared for you guys. We're 2 minutes till our normal wind down period, or our cutoff. So why don't we call it here? Think and give me make an actual list of what you guys are planning to take, so that we can figure out weight before we go. Igor will likely be relying heavily on Bam Bam for this next section to keep up and go quickly. Bam Bam's a monstrous mount, but you know, if this becomes we are actually going to be exploring for days at a time and going into the woods and fucking fighting bears or whatever the hell, this may become a true expedition quest where we need to calculate water, we need to calculate food weight, stuff like that.
My plan on this is to have the airship putter around until we find like an actual place where like someone has set up a camp, and then we can like quietly go to them from like a location, right?
Quietly feather fall in. That's right.
No. Oh, Nathan, I don't know if you were here for some of that. We know that some of the forest is like really, really thick, that to the point where you literally can't see anything from above.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that might not
But
even.
They've already seen some, so we would need at least some type of lead, right? Like we can't just go in blind and like, oh, we'll just find it somehow.
I think. Yeah, I guess it can go. Okay, I don't think we're gonna get much out of it, though. Besides the lead of there was fire in this general direction.
I mean, should I throw a needle in the haystack and tell you to go find it?
I don't think it's gonna help me generally to find the needle, right? You're just gonna throw it in there. I'm like, well, just in there somewhere.
And you can find it really
Yeah,
easily.
all I'm saying
What's
is you need a pointer, or you need to lay on it, or you need a plan, or something to give you an advantage to find it.
Just fireball the woods. Duh.
Yeah, play it down.
You just watch people
just
run. Done.
Start cutting it all down for ships. Yeah, done.
You know what? Just get them sick. Just sneeze on them, and call it a day. Or let's
World
sort stuff out.
Warcraft shredders. we're just
Alrighty. Everybody, thank you so much for joining the raid team as we prepare to be colonizers. We will see
The joke
you.
is that I'm native, by the way.
I mean, we have someone from the UK. They're going to help us out on how to know how to do this, right?
True, unironically. Alrighty, we will be seeing you guys next time. Have a wonderful day. Don't die. See you next week.